Right, looks like it has hooked in, guys. Looks like it's hooked in. Yeah, welcome. This is a bit of another one of these little live streams that I don't know how many people will actually get to see when it's actually live. Maybe afterwards you'll have a look. I'll be streaming for maybe around about 3 hours, I guess. In this instance, I'm actually going away for a week, so I thought I'd actually just get a bit more content out there. I think the easiest way to do that is just to do a live stream rather than sort of I've been recording back to back basically to try to get a whole lot of videos, like one per day while I'm gone at least, so that will actually be happening. I think I'm pretty sure I've actually now scheduled everything that I need to schedule, so I'm on top of that aspect, but I will be sort of flying out today for a week. So anyway, this will be a 3-hour live stream. Thereabouts anyway, playing as the Quameno, or continuing on as the Quameno in a game that I'm currently playing, that I've been playing on Twitch. So this will be, because I probably won't get back to it by the time I get back next week. My goldfish brain will have completely forgotten about what I was doing, and I'll then just move on to something else, whatever that might be. No idea what that will be. God, it's good living like that. We just don't remember anything from even a day ago. That's why I got to record things back to back to back. Otherwise, I just completely forget, and then I lose complete track of where I am. So anyway, we're just going to bounce in. I'm pretty sure I've got green lights everywhere. I'll just double check that this is running. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so yeah, that's fine. So anyway, we'll get back into it. Now, we're just going to continue on. This is the Twitch game that I've been playing as the Quameno. I will do a summary as to where we are, so that if anyone is watching this one after the recording is finished, you can then sort of come back in and actually have a bit of a look. Now, where I left it, I was streaming this morning, a few hours ago, and then I've gone to the beach and I've just come back from the beach. So, so here we go. Now, this is the only fleet that I actually have. This is my first fleet. It's a fairly strong fleet for what it is, and we're playing as the Quameno, which is the new faction. Actually, I don't know when the DLC comes out. It's either today or tomorrow anyway, so it's coming out very, very soon. These are all little Quameno frigates that I've set up, mainly to pull down the enemy ships and destroy the pirates. We're playing with very strong pirates in this game, like the highest level of pirates, but not the most number of pirates. We're just playing with a normal number of pirates. We've only come across one pirate faction. I'll go through those in just a minute. And at the very end of this, when I finished off, we were just doing one little last attack where there was a pirate cruiser, which may or may not still be in the system. There it is there. So there's this pirate cruiser which is escaping. We've managed to sort of pull down all of its shields, and it's now escaped from where we actually are. So we didn't get a chance to actually then stop it. We destroyed all of its small craft that it was carrying, so it now has to go back and rebuild those up. It hasn't left its home system until now. We have seen it in the home system, and so this one is leaving. This one is actually, this pirate group is a group of Gizarean pirates, and so they actually have special tech as well, and the pirates will then sort of have this. So if we go and have a look at the actual group, I'll just get rid of that. If we have a look at the actual cruiser, we'll then sort of see that there are a few special things. For example, like hex armor. One of these has been destroyed, or two of those have actually been damaged. Yeah, that one's been damaged. That one's been damaged. So this thing will go off, limp away, and then come back in when it can get back in. So the hex armor is something special for the Gizareans, which is very, very strong armor. Nothing else that we're really seeing in here, which is sort of out of the ordinary, but they're a good tech level ahead of where we are. Very, very strong ship, this particular cruiser. So this is actually now come into the game, not part of the DLC, but the cruisers with the pirates are now part of the Discovery update, which is a free update that anybody with the game will now have access to. And that really does, the Discovery update is the next big update that has come for the game. So if you haven't played the game for a couple of months, fire it up again, have a look and see if you did have any issues with the game, see if those issues have been sorted. There's certainly been a lot of quality of life things. The pirates now act in a different way. They're not fully the same pirates as Distant Worlds Universe, but they're up there. They're they're heading in the right direction, absolutely. We've got our medium hive hanger in through there, so this is actually unique for the Gizareans as well. So they're sort of using this sort of tech. Now, our strategy at the moment is not to capture the ships, but to basically destroy them. So we're trying with our fleet of ships. In fact, we've got another ship that has come in to attack. So we've got another ship that's just wandering in over this side. This is actually a fleet destroyer, which is not as powerful as the cruiser, of course, but it's up there. This is still a fairly fairly big and powerful ship that we're going to need to deal with. So we'll definitely sort of do that one right now. These mainly are using missiles, long-range missiles. We've been fighting these a lot. We've destroyed one, I think. And this one you can see it's limping back in, or not limping back in, it's coming back in, but its shielding is not up to full strength just yet. So the strength, the shielding it's got it high enough so that it can then come back in for another attack. And they're trying to get into our spaceport, but our spaceport is very, very strong. You can see there we've taken a little bit of damage through the armor, and but our actual shielding is incredibly high. If we have a look at this one here, we've got our own tech called bubble shields, which are very, very good shields, like the best shields in the game. You can see there the heavy armor has been damaged, so that will have to be repaired. Now, the reason that they're getting past our shielding and then doing damage to the armor is because of the Lance missiles. If we have a look back at this one. So I'll just set the scene. This one is mainly using Lance missiles, and when we hover over the Lance missiles, you'll see around about 4/5 of the way down, it's got a shield bypass of plus 40%. So 40% of the damage will actually bleed through the shields and onto the next layer, which happens to be the armor. But it does do worse. It actually has like of that 40%, 10% of the 40% that bled through is actually then mitigated anyway, and so that then comes off the amount. So the armor bypass makes it more difficult for it to then break through the armor, but essentially every shot with a Lance missile that hits the shielding, there's a portion that will then go through. That's why we've got damaged armor on our particular station. So anyway, that's now just coming in at the moment with all the Acceleros engines. This is more advanced than what we actually are. Our little fleet over through here, which has just chased off the cruiser, I don't think any of these are that badly injured. Yeah, this one has taken some damage from a Lance missile. Just a little bit of damage on that armor through there. That one is fine. That one has also had the same sort of issue done, again where the Lance missile has gone through the shielding, and then this one as well. So all of these have taken a slight amount. Now these are all trying to go off to jump after that other cruiser, but we don't want them to anymore. So I'm just going to go and grab those and now change the attack back to this particular ship. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to disable the ships to the point where they can't jump and then destroy them, so that these little guys in here can then go and pick up this one. These are being attacked as we go through as well, but these are going to, this one's going off to a mining station. That one's just trying to escape from that location. Some of them have been just picking up the debris, so we've got a lot of them hovering around. So while these attacks are coming in against our starport, it's actually working quite well for us, because we can essentially just go and like blow up the ships when we can catch them, and then our freighters, which are doing nothing, because there's a lot of these just hovering around. Actually, these are all now going off to do other things, but eventually we're still going to have like a lot of freighters just waiting for it. Like this one's got no mission. If we blow up their ships, these freighters will then go and pick up all the debris, and then one of the benefits that we actually have is that we end up getting little advances to our technology. Don't know if we'll see much of it. But when we do pick things up, like scanner jamming, enhanced sensors, these sorts of things are all coming through because we're picking it up from the debris that we sort of are then sort of pushing around there, which is good. Officer training, all these different sorts of things are actually little advantages that we actually get. We get like an extra advantage for sorting through the debris. I don't think we've got anything in the weaponry as such. But eventually, when we can destroy enough of these pirate ships, we're then going to be picking up more and more technology, which we've already picked up a little bit. So let's. The first is now going to be going off and attacking the Raging Chaos. So we'll just unpause the game, let it now go off and do its own thing. This thing is trying to come in to actually attack the spaceport. That's the limit of its Lance missiles. It will then flick across and use the Lance missiles against us as we come in. So we should see missiles being launched. There they go. So a volley of Lance missiles. It will then try to hit the ship. Where is it? We're using the our beam weapons, our sentinel beams, to try to mitigate the damage from these. Now we haven't been able. We're even using our Thuon beams to sort of try to stop these as well. I should actually point out what these have got on board. So these are Frogger version 4s. We are using 2 bubble shields on these. Now remember, these aren't great against the Lance missiles because 40% of the damage does bleed through, and we've only got 1 heavy armor on the actual ship itself. What else do we have? We've got the Thuon beams, 2 Thuon beams. These can be used as interceptors, but they're not very good at it. whereas the Sentinel multi-beam defense is very, very good at interception. That's what we mainly want to use that one for. That's the yellow beam. The red beams are the Thuon beams, and then there's going to be like a little pellet, a bluish white pellet, and that's the ion cannon. The ion cannon is on the ship so that it will then pull the ship and try to disable things like, for example, the hyperdrive, to allow us a chance to then destroy the ship. That's actually what we're aiming for. So that's what we have at the moment. We'll just let things sort of develop. I might just go back to half speed and we'll just go through in lots and lots of detail. So now it still wants to, we're going to keep on getting this message to go and try to build a research station at Ikoria 3. Let's pause this where we are here and we'll talk about what's going on here, why I'm declining this, even though we also get benefits by building research stations. So I'm just going to decline this, and then we'll pause that battle. In fact, there's another pirate coming in. By the way, if you're sort of playing the game and you're trying to sort of figure out what's going on, you can just get out into like this sort of solar view, and you can then just see who's coming in. There's another destroyer coming in behind the other one. So we've got the Raging Chaos, and then we've got the Dreadful Horizon, which is fully, actually this one's jumping away. It's going off to refuel at the Lonely Haven. And so the Lonely Haven, if we go and click on that one and then go and click over here, this is the Lonely Haven. This system is the Ikoria system. So this is why we don't want to be building in this location. The Ikoria system, we don't know what's here at the Lonely Haven, but this is the pirate base, and it's way, way, way too strong for us anyway. So it's actually got too much going on there for us to be able to compete against it. So we need a big, big fleet of ships. One of the changes that have come through in the Discovery update with the pirates is that the pirates will, as soon as if you attack their main base, and look, this is going to be full of pirate ships. We don't see it. We were here at one point. That big cruiser will eventually be coming back up into here, and here it hasn't left this system. But the Ikoria system, anytime I bring anything in, like this one over through here, for example, what have we got? We've got a exploration ship, which happens to be jumping out. This one will attract attention of the pirates. So it's been hard for us to try to sort of then get what we need to do to discover everything in this system, because the pirates will eventually target us. There's not that many in here, but I do need a big fleet to take this thing down. If we miss, when we come in, as soon as we attack it, it will then start to build another cruiser, as my understanding of how it works. And if we don't bring this thing down at the time, that cruiser will then be out and about again as well. So we have to be very, very careful. Also, with the actual pirates, the murderous pirates, we can then sort of see that there are, the Boscara are paying them money. They're actually paying them as a protection agreement. So the Castanor Imperial Technocracy and the Argeo Technocracy are aware of them, but haven't signed anything over yet. But and so in fact the Castanor looks like they've actually been causing some issues as well. So they're displeased against them. The Castanor, actually, they feel furious against the murderous pirates. So the pirates are certainly doing a lot of damage everywhere. We actually also have we've been destroying their ships. So they absolutely hate us. But the Boscar are paying them off. That money that they pay them off will be converted back into ships. And so the more of the main empires that actually do pay them off, and there may be other empires we haven't come across that are also paying them off, the stronger they'll become. So we need to keep on whittling down their forces, as well as eventually coming in to destroy their base. So we'll try to get to that hopefully in these next 3 hours. That'll be probably our main objective. Then we can get the research base that's over this side. Even if I can get rid of all of their ships, that would be enough. So we may even just come back in and just hover around and see if we can see what's going on, because we're too far away with everything to be able to spot what's going on. You can see that we haven't been able to even get close to this one. We've got visual on it at level 1, but nothing else beyond that. So that's what's happening there. So we'll just come back in, and it's now Galactic North. We'll just move in, and away we go. So we're still back in this particular mode again. Just sort of watch what actually happens with these ships. So we've just got a trader, which is sort of in the middle between everything, and it's transporting cargo from one of the mining stations to then bring it back into the spaceport. So hit those missiles. Another missile actually got through, did a bit of damage through the shielding, and then back onto the armor. We haven't hit where we can actually start to hit this thing just yet. It takes about 20 seconds, I think, to bring the next volley of Lance missiles up. Should be now firing. There we go. So we're now hitting it with the Thuon beam. The Thuon beams we've got on our ships, really we've put them on here to try to bring down the shielding as fast as possible. Now we do actually have foreign mission thwarted. So Wesda Zabros of the Castanor Imperial Technocracy managed to escape when our forces detected them attempting to steal research information on nuclear supercharging, which is one of our special techs. Hi John, how are you going? Hope you're doing well. We'll dismiss that one. We didn't actually capture him. Eventually we'll try to capture a few of these spies that are going to be, they're going to be trying to get our technology. We are the best research faction in the game. So yeah, we're starting to bring down just these shields, and that's fine. There goes that's an iron beam, one of the iron cannons, and there's a chance that we will then either disable shields, weapons, but the main one we want to disable is the hyperdrive when this thing's ready to jump. And we missed with that one. It actually, there goes more. Actually, no, these are Lance missiles now coming back in again. They missed. Both missiles missed. Okay, we've got. I don't know if we hit any of these yet. With yeah, we haven't been able to disable anything just yet. So we need to get in closer with these ships to sort of get the damage done. This is just a destroyer. Now it's got its shielding down to half. It's these big Thuon beams, and eventually we will be able to then pepper it with the yeah, we're hitting it now with there's a couple of these pellets, with the iron pellets, and one of them did actually disable the hyperdrive. So if we have a look and see what actually happened to those pellets, the Jerax hyperdrive is targeted. It's down for 12 seconds. So if we can do more damage in those 12 seconds, that's going to then mean that we can basically destroy this ship. So this is what we have to try to do, is destroy the pirate ships as they come in. That just means there's less of them when we go into their home system. Maxos Blaster has been pulled out. That doesn't really matter that much. And one of the shields has also been taken offline. So that's all good. Hi Simbas, how you going? So, hey, will you play Baldur's Gate 3? I think you might like that. I haven't actually looked at it, to be honest. So I've got so many games to play that I didn't actually pick that one up. I just haven't got to it. I probably should have chosen that one over Starfield. I've got Starfield, which I haven't done a video for yet, but I've sort of been playing that one a little bit. Hi Mike, how are you going? Anyway, let's continue on. So this is good for us. We've actually now stopped this one. It would be trying to jump away now because we've now taken its shielding down. So the shielding is now completely down. We've got a couple of the defences are damaged. Let's just keep on going. And we now want to rip this thing apart. There goes some torpedoes from the base. Now the torpedoes will actually break through as well and then do damage onto the. You can see there's two more damage slots inside the general area, and that would have come through from these torpedoes. Those torpedoes are being fired from here, which has got like an extra 100%. So this is just at torpedo range for us. This thing's trying to now escape, but at the moment the hyperdrive is offline. So this sort of works out very, very well for us. So the whole idea of this little fleet is to exactly do this and then destroy it with the Thuon beams and blow it up basically, and then we can just use the freighters to pick up the pieces. So again, we can sort of see that yeah, the Sentinel multi-beam is now down. Everything else, hyperdrive, still got 9 seconds before it comes back up. We're playing at half speed, so we're going to get a few good shots in here. Now we're hitting through a hull really hard. You can see there's still only 2 damaged general slots and still the 1 disabled, which will be the hyperdrive. So come on guys, keep it going. There goes even more pellets, and they all hit this time. So we've now done more, like all of its engines. It's got 1 normal engine, so 1 engine is still actually working. It still has 2 weapons, but most of them have been disabled. Actually no, sorry, the all 3 engines are down now. So if we go and have a look at the fleet destroyer, we'll see that they've all been disabled by the iron weaponry. All of the weaponry has been disabled. The Jerax hyperdrive is got will be re-enabled in 5 seconds, but it has taken actual damage, so it still won't get away. This thing is a dead duck. So basically at this stage it's considered disabled because it can't actually move. And so our ships will just sit here now and pellet it and destroy it. And it won't, nothing it can do with it. So the hyperdrive is offline even when it does come back. sit here and just keep on smashing it until it blows up. What I love about the game is just the way that you can design your ships to have very, very specific outcomes. Just get it so that we're facing north. There we are. And gone. That's awesome. So we don't have to pick them up with this particular fleet. We just come back out, and there's no more ships in around our system at all. So, so at this stage we're doing okay. I'll just go back to number 1. None of our ships are red. So we can then just go back and refuel and repair at Lazarene 3 spaceport. So they'll just come back in and just refuel. So we'll just go and do that. And anything that doesn't have a role, like this one over here, see, it's going to pick up the redeem fragment. I'll just get back up to normal speed. These will just start to, in fact, there must be more debris back over here, I would guess. It's got no mission, but they'll eventually find that they have to go over to here to pick things up. So I'm going to pick something up, pick up hull sections. Yeah, look at them all coming over now. Pick up power conduits. So these will just go and pick up the debris. These aren't doing anything, they're just hovering around the main thing. They're not actually picking anything up. There we go, there we go. So that's the strategy that we actually have. Now here comes another one that's come in, and this looks like it's the cruiser again. This is the Alcoria Fire. I thought it had a different name. Maybe it doesn't. Alcoria Fire. I can't rename it, unfortunately. I can if I go into the editor. But that is the big cruiser. Now this is still building. Actually, no, this is still damaged from when we got it last time. So we may be able to pick this one up with this particular fleet. Now, the fact that it's got so much down, I think rather than actually draw it in too much into here, I think we'll just go after it with our actual fleet. Our fleet looks good. So attack the Alcoria Fire. I'll just read a few of the comments. So a simple story saying you explained everything very well, my friend. Thanks for that. I think you get so much more enjoyment. Like this game, I say this all the time, but so many people actually play the game or present the game at 4 times speed, just to try to get through to the good bits. But you miss out on all the good bits, and the good bits for me are these interactions. Like when we get these things, like this, getting this ship down here is massively important. Like this is massively important. If we can destroy this ship, it opens up the Alcoria system for us to then go back in and then start to really dominate that system, which is what I want, because there's good resources in there, and there's also a research station in there that I want. So they're the sorts of things that we have to then be sort of cognizant of. Mike's saying I agree. So and then Chicken is saying my personal issue with distant world ships, most of them look like toys, not ships. There's some that it's funny, it's funny you say that, because I like a lot of them. I know what you mean. These look like they are toys. I really like the Gizarian ships, and I really like some of the other designs as well, but some of them I don't particularly like. There's some abandoned ships which look incredible, like just amazing. I wish all the ships sort of looked like they did, but yeah, I know what you mean. Mike's saying also, what's an era of Space 4X? A renaissance at the moment. Yeah, what an era for Space 4X. So I know what you mean. Yeah, we've got so many good games coming out in the Space 4X over the last maybe 4 or 5 years. It's really been incredible. There's so many good games. Bruno's saying his dad's speed running this, or perhaps he wants to make a video that isn't 8 hours. Well, I've already recorded. I'm away for a week, so I'm not going to be here for a week, and so I have recorded content for each day I'm away, and I've actually scheduled all that, and that's all going to be Distant Worlds and Gal Civ 4. So I've got Gal Civ 4 still coming, and then I've got the series that I've just started with Distant Worlds as the Gizarians, and so I've got a heap of that, all queued up, ready to go. But this one here, I'm just going to be playing for a few hours before I then have to go and get ready to leave. So I'll be gone for a week. So I thought I'd just do this as my. I actually slept in today, so I didn't get much of a chance to do my normal Twitch stream. I did it for an hour and a bit, but wasn't really long enough. This is actually the continuation of that particular game. I'll read a few more. So Samantha Jackson is saying, you say this game is about the story, but I've never become invested in the story. What are you doing different? I'm taking it slow, basically. Like the story that we've got so far, like if you wanted a bit of a narrative of what's going on, I think when you get invested into what the focus is of the different groups, like in this case, our focus is on research and trying to be left alone. So the Quameno are basically just trying to be left alone. I'm not so much the story of the individual characters, although we do actually have them as well, but the fact that we've got, and sometimes the characters do sort of kick in. We've got Jokal, Dando, and these sorts of names that are actually in here. But these characters, they are important. They do actually help a lot with the actual fleets that we actually have. So you can see there we're getting all sorts of benefits just by having that particular character there. But it mainly comes down to what each faction wants. And so in our case, we want to be left alone to do our research. And unfortunately, the pirates are in the way of that. From the pirates' perspective over here, what they want to do is they want to, in fact, we can now see that there's not very many ships around here actually, which is good to see. So they've got another fleet destroyer, which is fully charged and ready to go. So that one's sort of sitting back at the home world, at their home situation. So the pirates over here are looking to intimidate the galaxy, raid things, and build more of a fleet. So we're trying to destroy the fleet faster than they can build it up, and then eventually get to the point where we're strong enough to then come in and actually take that particular system. We should see, we've got a fair few ships now coming into mine. Actually, that's not us. That's the Adept Lazarian League. Who are they? Is that us? It is us. Sorry, that is us. So this is us as well. Just mineral miners coming in to take the luxury goods from in here. Eventually, the pirate ships will have enough of us doing this, so they should start to come after us. If I can get strong enough, in fact, we've got the Boscarans in through here as well. Now, the Boscarans are a faction that have decided to pay off these particular, and these are Gizarian pirates, which sort of makes them insectoids. So they're going to be more friendly with the Boscara than with us. And so we're probably never going to be friendly with them. But at the moment, they've just been trying to raid us. So they happen to be inside our territory. And really, the onus will be on us eventually to bring a fleet across to destroy them. So that's sort of what the story, instead of it trying to be, expand and do all these different things, I just find that this has actually now created a storyline for us to play out. Like over the course of the next few hours, that's what we'll try to do, is get to a point where we're strong enough to actually take this thing actually out of action. Now that will mean building up a bigger fleet, basically. So I might even I'm actually really happy with the ships we've got. These frigates are actually very, very good, but we're going to need probably about 3 times the number that we currently have. So I might even just start to build up this one fleet that way, and just with a view to coming in and destroying this particular base. Now that's going to mean all sorts of different things. It's going to mean that we're going to have to get on top of our resources, and we actually do have at the moment one low resource, which is polymer, which is coming up as yellow, and 2 that we actually have got, which are considered critical, but we won't need them. They won't even show up in here. They're on zeros at the moment. If I go and select construction resources, we should then end up with hexadorum as a 0. We have found one source of those. And what else is 0? There should be one other that's a 0 in here. There we go, beryllium quartz. Now, we don't use any of these. These are for high-end componentry. We haven't found any beryllium quartz at all in all of the exploration that we've done. But polymer is the low resource that we need to fix up. So we need to get on top of this. So we're looking for as many polymer planets as we can find. And when I click on it, we've only found one source, and we've already mining that. That's inside our home area. And so this is basically everything that's slowing us down as far as our build queue is concerned. So of that 243, 209 of it is already at the mining station. And then the other, what would that be? Another 30 something will be in here. So if we go back and have another look at the spaceport, go to resource shortages and have a bit of a look down in through here. We've got 17 at this location. So we've only got a small amount of polymer actually at the spaceport, which means we can't build anything. So no matter what we try to build, if I go to the spaceport and go, okay, look, build me another one of these Frogger ships, you can see that we're missing another 107 polymer. So we need a lot of polymer to come in to actually build the ship. There's not much I can do about that. I am sort of stuck with this at the moment until we find more polymer somewhere. And here we go, we've got another ship now coming. Actually, this is that cruiser. So let's unpause. So that's sort of like the background as to why there's a very specific mini storyline to try to take this ship out. We have to take this ship out before we can open up the pirate base. If we actually leave the cruiser and the pirate base together, they're going to be basically really, really powerful. So trying to bring this one down is very, very important. And again, it would be great to be able to just add more ships into this particular group. Let's go and have a read of more of the comments. So J&R Covers saying, would you recommend this game for someone who likes FTL? The game FTL, I wouldn't actually. I would recommend, there's a game called Rogue Station, which has just come out as well. I would recommend that. If you like FTL, you'll probably like Rogue Station. This is much more 4X-y. Like Rogue Station is more about just like designing a single ship and then sort of going through. So I would say that if you're looking for a game like FTL, have a look at Rogue Station. That really is a pretty. I did a video on it this week or last week, I think, on what it actually does do, and it's very much like FTL, but where instead of building a. The thing I didn't like about FTL was that the background would catch up with you, and so you're always being chased down by something. Whereas in the Rogue Station, it's just that there's more and more ships that come and attack your station, so you're building up a station. So that would probably be the closest, I would think. There's another one as well called something Tactics, Cruel Tactics or something. That's actually more of a tactical game, tactical fighting, but still got the same sort of FTL sort of feel about it, where you're being chased through a random map, basically by something, and you just got to stay ahead of it. Okay, let's have a look and see what we've got. So Bruno's saying FTL is awesome, Distant Worlds 1 was awesome, both are in space. That's about the only real sort of thing. Actually, Chickenhook saying that J&R covers this game extremely different to FTL, totally different genre. Yes, it really is very different, so I wouldn't recommend it in that case. Also, I can't decide whether to get a square or circle glasses. I would definitely go with square glasses. That's absolutely the best way. And Joel's saying the updates are looking good. So I bought it before the sale ended. Yes, the actual updates now are really, really dramatically good. In the Discovery update that's just come out for this one. Simba's saying, what are you talking about, glasses? I think just having a bit of trolling fun there, which is fine. So Pellegrini is saying, of all the great games released over the last few years, Distant Worlds 2 is easily my favourite, and it's only getting better. I'm with you on that one. Actually, I love it. Absolutely love it. And it is getting better and better, and will continue to get better and better as well. There's still a lot of quality of life things for them to add to the game. And also the other factions as well. The collection of the factions right now has actually made it really, really interesting and playable. Pellegrin James is saying, we've done that one. And Mike Gillespie saying, have the special qualities of the existing races been backfilled yet? Not yet. That's actually happening, but none of the other 7 have been done. I sort of was thinking it should be an easy thing to do, but they are so unique. Like the uniqueness of the Gizarians and the Quameno are even better again than what the Ikaru and the Daewits had when that DLC dropped. So I think they want to just really make sure they get it right, because they're not going to be able to come back in and do too many tweaks once they get that established. But I think that there's a lot of work they've been doing on a lot of different things, from what Eric has said. Eric's one of the developers, and a lot of things they've started but then moved on to what they consider more important things. So they're halfway along with a lot of quality of life additions, including those special qualities of the existing races. Guy Bellaby is saying Polymer is the most valuable resource because they look like the marbles in Marble Run. Yes, they do. Yes, they are. They are the marbles of Marble Run. Anyway, let's unpause. So we've got our fleet leaving this back and through here. This thing is going to come through. It's attacking the space station. The space station will be fine. This thing has already dropped a lot of its shielding. It will be out of here before too much else is happening. Let's have a look and see what's going on. They haven't built up this. They're firing their Lance missiles. The main weapon of this particular ship is actually the rail guns, which go out to here. So that's actually the danger point for us. The rail guns will sort of try to get into our shielding, and they will bypass the shielding a little bit as well. So that one missed. Here we come. That's the limit of our shots. So these have got, the big cruiser has got, it does have a tractor beam, only a small one. It does have iron cannons as well to disable ships. It's got that one Lance missile, but it's got these big heavy railguns, and so the big heavy railguns have got a range of 1450. They do a lot of damage, like 52 damage at max range. Max damage. So at maximum range, they do 44, and so they can do a lot of damage. The thing down below there is when you sort of look about 3/5 the way down, it will have shield bypass of plus 40, but then an armor bypass of negative 20. So these will also then break past our special bubble shields and then start to do damage. So as soon as we cross that threshold there, we should start to see railguns firing from this particular ship. Let's just move this one across so we can sort of see it in all its glory, firing at the actual ship. Where is it? Back out there. That should be about the limits of where it starts to do things. There we go. That's a pellet there. So that's one of the heavy railguns. Should be firing more of them. Now there's other. We're trying to now hit down the those pellets, and we are now firing at the actual ship with our Thuon beams. One of them hit, one of them missed, and so the Thuon beams will then just do damage against the shielding. In terms of our ship, we have actually had a little bit of damage now done to the shield, and a little bit of damage now with that railgun pellet actually just bleeding through onto the armor. The other ships are still coming in; they're still a little way off, but this one is now close enough to sort of get involved. All right, in we go. Continue on. Now that's actually a small fighter, so it's actually built a small fighter here already, but it's already taking damage from the Iron Plague ship. There's an iron gun. Oh, that's us. We missed, I think. Nothing was brought down. They're now firing the Lance missiles at our ship. Spins around. They missed with one of them, but one of them got through and did more damage to our armor. Now getting Thuon beams coming in from the other ships. This one is still not trying to escape, but its shielding is now coming down with the Thuon beams. We're getting nice and close, and we've now hit it with one more of the iron beams. So these little pellets are the iron beams, and so this one here, I'll just go back to half speed again. So one of them hit, and when we look at in the last disabled column, we can see that one of the defenses actually was brought down. So if we have a bit of a look, we can then see one of the shields is actually down for 2 seconds, but it's still got some shielding up. So we can sort of hover over these things. We can sort of see there that the shields are down to 61 in total anyway. So I think it was one of the shields that we'd already drained that got hit. We missed with one of the pellets, hit with another one of the iron guns, and it's still just that one defense, so it didn't actually do anything. Now we have exploration ship is under attack at Akaria 4. And so I might have a quick look at this one and just see what's going on and just see whereabouts that actually is. So we've actually now come in. This is... Oh, no, it's a different planet entirely. So they've actually sent one of their destroyers in to go after us. Dreadful Horizon. Now, we are not seeing... that's the home base. We're not seeing what's in around there at this stage. So the Akaria system is where we're going to be wanting to end up. I'll just bring this one back around to this other line. Now they've got more pirates coming in. That one actually looks like it's leaving. So let's continue on with the attack against this particular ship. So we want to see all of the shielding come down. Now that one got hit by a disabling pellet, and one of the engines was knocked out. Big railgun hitting us again. That's going to hurt our armor, so the armor has been damaged to the point where we're now trying to escape. So we're jumping away from here. This is what this ship is. It's just a big, powerful ship. It's also had everything now dropped out. If we can disable the, with the other 3 ships we have going in, if we can disable the hyperdrive, we should actually then be able to destroy this ship. There goes iron pellets. Come on, guys. It's trying to jump. 3 hits with the iron, but nothing done. It just disabled the engines and weapons. So I think it's going to escape, unless we can somehow do more damage. There's iron railguns, the heavy railgun now doing more damage this way. More railguns over this other side as well. There we go. Missed with the iron. Come on. It's going to make it away. Oh, we were close. It's now got its tractor beam on this particular ship, and so it's keeping this ship at bay, and it's now firing at it again with the heavy railgun. Come on, fire again, guys, fire again. It's jumping away. damn it. God, we got close there, you know. We actually got, like, most of its engines were disabled at one point. The weapons were disabled, but we just couldn't get through to the hyperdrive. So our fleets have all taken a bit of damage. We'll just move it around now back to the northern facing, and we'll just come back in and just get them to refuel at Lazarian 3. They'll just self-repair. There's no real damage done. Refuel at their refuel and repair. Okay, so the Boscar congregation in Casanor have made peace. They were at war. The Boscara will be at war with us at some point. So how are we going here with our polymers? Still at 17. So that big cruiser is on borrowed time. If we just had another couple of ships, that would make such a difference. So we now just have to wait. That's the one that escaped. It's now just going to come back in again. It's picking everything back up again, so it's repairing very, very quickly. And now their big cruiser is going to have to go back to the home base and repair up. I don't think we got to destroy anything. I think it can still self-repair. But that was a good start. So now we just need to wait for transports are still going off to pick up the loot from over here. Okay, so it wants to build a resort base at Akaria 3. I'm going to decline that because we can't really build anything and keep it alive back in that other system. So they're just all going off to pick up loot or debris that would come off the last fight. Yeah, again, Akaria 1. So we've got this one here. We've just got like the large fleet destroyer. So the Dreadful Horizon looks to be the only ship left in this system. Actually, what's this one? Nope, there's another one, the Akaria Conqueror as well. So we've got two big fleet destroyers back in the home system of the pirates. So we're just not close enough to see what this thing has got. We've got ourselves a new scientist. That's good. And we've got critical research breakthrough. So our scientists have made critical research breakthrough in researching the hyperdrive technology. So this breakthrough has initiated a crash research program for the project. Due to our chosen government, the Geniocracy, the crash research breakthroughs allow your faction to use one of your scientists to immediately complete the research in that project, which we're only 5% of the way through. I'm going to do this, I think, unless I've already said no to it. Let's go dismiss. Can we do it this way? I think we can just go in now and just go across, click on it. No, it won't let me do it. I'm not sure how we do this. Maybe it's the actual... I've done it before, I just can't remember what the actual steps are. But we can technically go and get that one done. So if we go, it may be the characters. We've got 3 scientists I think now, so if we go and have a bit of a look, if we go into our scientists back over here. So one of the scientists, they're all waiting at Lazarian 3. So what do they have? We don't know what their skill sets actually are. This one's got a little bit more in sensor and high tech, so he's pretty valuable, and this one's even more valuable. So Senna C, which doesn't have any actual traits, we can expend this scientist for the crash research. So due to our chosen government, Geniocracy, our recent crash breakthrough in hyperdrive technology now allows us to use one of our scientists to immediately complete the research in that project. So we'll exactly do that. So bang, done. So you sure you want to expend? Yes, we do. Done. So we lose that scientist, so he sort of goes off to then complete that particular research, which is ideal. Like, we got that one very, very fast. This is one of the benefits of playing as the Quameno. That saved us a lot of time. Like, you know, this is still 17 years to get these sorts of techs. So we're doing incredibly well there. Right, now that then changes what we can then do with our ships. So we'll just go back across into our ship designs. We've got 2 ship designs that we are using that are manually created. The mining ship, which is no longer, I don't need to do this one manually anymore. I'm just going to put that one back to automatic and let the AI now control that one. I don't need to stop it with the small cargo bays. And then with the frigate, we'll now just upgrade this one in through here. So with the frigate, the Frogger version 4, we'll do an upgrade. Now it's already gone and changed our reactor. We don't want to have the fission reactor. Definitely want to go and move back into the which one is it? I'll just go back to latest per category and family, and that one through there. We should end up with the. Actually, sorry, that's still not going to be enough. We'll just go to all components. And when we find the frigates, find the fission reactor, the Nova core reactor is actually still better than the other one. So we'll just go and throw that one in. That then gets us pretty much close to, well, it does cover everything at this stage. The trouble we actually have now is that we've now gone with the Jerax hyperdrive, which is size 18. And if we have a look at the Jerax hyperdrive, the other one was only size 15. So we're now over by 3. So we need to now ditch three space out of our ship. The only thing I can really do here would be to get rid of the Thuon beam, which I can save 2 with the Thuon beams. I really want to keep this iron cannon. I could get rid of one of the bubble shields and put armor on. That will save me 10. Everything else is sort of where we want it. There's nothing else I want to get rid of, really. So it's either got to be a change of weaponry. And so the Thuon beams, the medium Thuon beams, I'll just go back to the latest per category and family. Just come back down. So we've got the medium Thuon beams at 28. 14 for a single. The railguns are 26, so I'd have to change both of these over to railguns, which will then bleed through the shielding a little bit, which is not really what I want. But it will get me still big bang for buck with what we're doing. If I change 2 of them over, they're 26, these are 28, so I can do it that way. The Epsilon torpedo is bigger again. I think we might do that one, switch the railguns over, make them railguns. That gets me one under the limits without having to change these. The other option, I do really like those Thuon beams on this particular design though, would be to get rid of one of the shields. Although the shields are also very, very good. It's only those Lance missiles that can get through and do a bit more damage. So yeah, we could go back to Thuon beams, throw those in there, and then just get rid of one of the bubble shields and put in a heavy armor, which is half the size. That then still saves me a lot more space. Not that I can do anything else with that space. So that then gets me more armor. The bubble shield is now half what it was before, but that was super good. It was the armor that was the problem, actually. So this may be still the better way for us to go against these Gizarians with their Lance missiles. So I think that with the Lance missiles, this is actually a better design. So let's go that way. Now, do we want to change out the Thuon beam for torpedoes? I'm sort of tempted to do that. Get a bit extra range, I think we get. I'll just have a bit of a look. Yeah, so the Thuon beam there, the range is a fair. Like the actual torpedoes do a fair bit more. We have a negative shield bypass, but a good armor bypass. So I think I'll still stick with the Thuon beams in this stage. So we'll just go that way. But I can, if I wanted to, grab more of those. I mean, I could even mix it up and have one of each. I might do that actually. Now we've got, what's the front one there? That's the Thuon beam at the front, which has got a 225 slot. I think all of these are 225. Let's just go and use the Thuon beam from the side. That's the Sentinel beam. So we'll just go and place a torpedo on the side. So we'll sort of come in with a bit longer range. Once we break down the shields, then these will actually also then break through the hull and do damage to components. So that combined with the iron cannon should hopefully bring the ships down a little bit faster. So let's save and exit this one. This is the Frogger version 5. This is the only ship that we're actually designing at this stage. So with our first fleet, now it's disabled. I'll just let the game run forward a little bit. We may not be able to do this update, maybe because of a lack of... if I just go into here and then just go and set it. Oh, hang on, one thing we can do is just come back across Just double check that this is actually kept up to date. Frogger version 4, we want Frogger version 5. Okay, so just let it run forward a little bit. I think it would have actually ultimately updated itself anyway. Is this only version 4s? Yep, that one will do it. There we go. Now it's caught up. So they'll go off and set themselves up as just move back out. There's nothing else in this system, which is fine. Got a Gravelix attacking a mining ship. Don't need to really worry about that one. Yeah, we're going with polymer again, backing through here yet. One. Yes, they're upgrading the other ships. And we go. So these are the repair group just coming back in. All right, that's good. So if we have a look at the first fleet now, so these are now all Frogger version 5s. But without having the polymer coming in just yet, we do have to wait a little bit. None of these have got polymers on board. Only got the one source of polymer, unfortunately, which is an issue. There goes one of the little transports. It'll then go and pick up whatever polymer is there. Now we're going to need a few, 242. Let's just wait for this one to come through. That's in Lazarine 3. So that's actually, so there is actually a pirate ship. There's 2 pirate ships that have come back into the home base. So they're actually now coming back in. What else? What have we got in here? This is the Fleet Destroyer, the Akaria Conqueror. And just the other one that was coming in as well. That's another Fleet Destroyer, the Dreadful Horizon. These were the 2 that were in their home system. All right, so our grouping through here can actually now go after this particular one. So let's just do this. We'll attack that one before it gets close. Now that's actually attacking the spaceport, so it's going to come around the side of the planet. Oh, what have we got there? We've got another one coming off. This one is the this is the cruiser back again, the Akaria Fire, and still you can see there it's still actually down a little bit. In that case, I would love to take this thing out. So let's go and attack this one because it's the closest one. Now we're going to suffer some damage here as it comes in. There goes its small craft again. It's only got one of them, I think, at this stage. The only one interceptor. Just sort of zipping back in through here. So we can actually go Shift T and actually just follow it in and just see what it's going to get up to. Actually, just got destroyed. So, actually, no, it's still on the superiority fighter. It's still going. I think it's coming back in to try to land to get repaired. It's taken damage. Yeah, it's repairing. This is cool, isn't it? So the superiority fighter is back on board the cruiser. I'll just go back to B or tab mode, and we'll just watch what actually happens in through here. So this thing is actually still it's trying to now jump away again. Our ships have done okay. We've got the extra armor is helping because even though we're losing a bit of the shielding, it's not nowhere near as much as what we get with the bleed throughs. Now we are hitting it, and hyperdrive is offline. This is exactly what we want. So we've now been able to disable, in that disable column you'll then see on the bottom right under general and disable, there's one, that will be the hyperdrive. How long is it down for? Only 2 seconds, but it's enough to stop it from jumping. It then has to recycle its jump again. This thing is being attacked by this particular ship. We're still trying to attack this one though. So I'll just go back to the first again. Just tell it to all go after this one again. So attack. Now these torpedoes bleed through, ultimately they bleed through they do bad damage against the shielding, but once they get through here, they'll start to do damage. You can see one of the weapons has been damaged, one of the defenses has been damaged. We've still got some disabling going on in there as well. So the torpedoes are useful. So they've just come in with their rail guns, doing a bit more damage this way. This one has taken a fair bit of damage. It will run away when it takes much more. We need to bring this thing down. It's now jumping away again. So we need to bring in more disabling. So we need to bring all of these in really close. These torpedoes have got a good chance of disabling more things. Come on guys, get there, get there. We just need more ships. Hyperdrive offline. Phew. Alright, that's again just been taken down for 4 seconds this time, but it stops it from jumping. So the armor is now almost completely down. We'll just stay in this particular fight. This one should start to jump as soon as the armor goes down below 50%. It will then try to get out of here, and it shouldn't have too much troubles with that, I don't think. So just keep on watching this one. Hyperdrive still offline. Probably still got one more area where we have to just keep on going. Yeah, it's going to start to jump again. This time the torpedoes will now do a lot of damage. Come on, disable it, disable it. We're doing a lot of disabling, but not enough on the jump. It's going to get away. Come on, fire at it again, guys. Fire at it again. There we go. Come on, you need to do one more disable, and then we've got it. There it goes. We missed it. Damn it. We missed it. Okay, so that was a big miss. This one is not our ship. Our other one has disappeared as well. So we'll just go back to the first. Ah, boy. We need about 2 more ships to be able to capture those big ones. Okay, let's go after this one now. So we've got... yes, one of the ships has come back. I'll just go back into this side. Yeah, the Acaria Conqueror is now the new one. We missed with those. Oh, that was a shame. We nearly had it. We were so damn close. So it wants to build these. I'm going to decline those. Anything in the Acaria system is not going to be good enough. So these are the torpedoes coming in from the starport. It's sending its Lance missiles towards the starport. This will give us a chance to bring this one down. Only got 3 ships at the moment. Now in the meantime, yeah, all of those, and that's actually disabled it as well, has it? No, still nothing actually hit. We did hit it with the iron beam, but not enough damage to actually stop it. Yeah, all of these are going in, but nothing to stop it yet. It'll start to jump now. Disable it. It's trying to jump. We have disabled certain things, but not the hyperdrive. Yeah, we need a couple more ships to sort of get this thing really working properly. Just to really ensure that we do the damage here. It stopped jumping for a second, I think. And we brought it down for a split second. In we go. And come on, hyperdrive offline. This is it. Now, this looks like it's actually been destroyed. Potentially. No, it's only been disabled, but for 20 seconds. That's enough. Iron shield is down. One of its reactors is down. Crew systems are down. It's dead. It is dead. So we're going to definitely get this one at this sort of time frame that we actually have. Now, we've still got another ship that was coming around the other side. The next big destroyer. So it's only got 1 destroyer and 1 cruiser left, I think, this particular pirate faction. So we are doing well here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to have a quick look at the polymers, because there was one of these was coming back in with the polymer. It's got Mebnar, that's steel and things. Let's have a quick look and see the shortages. Got 60, it's still not enough to build a ship. They've got reserved a heap of them. Alright, we'll just keep on going. We'll blow this thing out of the sky. Yeah, most of the componentry has now been destroyed. This is awesome. Alright, that's another big ship down now. then we can go and try to get more tech from this one. We do better if we do capture it, but at this stage I just can't build any other ships, so I'm sort of stuck with with the 4 ships that we've got. So let's go and attack the Dreadful Horizon. So this one is coming in. It's taken a bit of damage from the spaceport. There's the only one left in the system. So the cruiser will now be heading back home to go and pick up, to go and get repaired. But it will be back. I think it's, if we can get rid of this ship, that's it. We've only got 1 cruiser to then get rid of. I'm going to go and change. Actually, I'll wait until we destroy this particular ship. But torpedoes and Thuon beams coming in. We're trying to hit it with the iron beams or the iron cannons, but they keep on missing. Once the shield comes down, it will then start to try to jump. One of its armour has been slightly damaged. There we go. Nothing disabled though yet, but it's close. Now, Iron Frigate is under attack by the Dreadful Horizon, which is this one here. We know that. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Okay, I was trying to jump. This is where we have to disable it. If we can disable it, it will be awesome. These torpedoes will help. So I've destroyed a few things, but not enough to stop it from jumping. Now, what have we got? So, foreign mission thwarted. So we've actually now got Wester Zabros back again, but he did manage to escape. He's still trying to steal nuclear supercharging, but not able to just yet. The ship is disabled, but it still will jump. So we need to do more damage here. Come on, do more damage, guys. There we go. A couple more, and hyperdrive now offline. That was actually damaged rather than disabled, even though the iron beams went in. It must have been the Thuon beam that did the damage there. So the hyperdrive is down to 71%. This thing won't get away. So we've got rid of both destroyers now, which is great. And it won't get away now. Again, more loot for us. Dead in the water. Gone. Okay, so at the moment, as far as the pirates are concerned, we think we're down to just one cruiser now. The cruiser would still be, I would love to get it. I'm going to have to really get my numbers of ships up though. Do we get any more shortages coming in? Have we gone on top of the polymer? No, we've still got 48. We've got a lot reserved, so there must be other build queues that we've actually got going. That's construction yards. We don't actually have the build queue as to what they want to go off and do. We have a look in these. So they're going off to set these sorts of things up. That's building. Yeah, there's nothing else queued up there. Let's have a quick look and see if that's for resources. So this is the one that it is building. So it's reserved something in the Rigel system. Just get back to north. There we are. So we do actually have a source there that we are building, which is okay. What I might do is the other thing we can actually have a look at is I think we've actually done everything we needed to here. Yeah, this one's got one coming. We haven't actually set this one up yet in the Akaria system. But that one we do actually have a construction ship which is building there as well. Yep, so that's why the polymers are all disappearing. That's actually more important than the other one, but anyway, that's okay. In fact, we're sort of now almost done with this. So that will be good when that one's finished, back in that other system. Let's continue on. Just go back to normal speed now. And we'll just wait for that cruiser to come back in again. Really can't do anything until we get more polymer coming back in from the other locations. Because that's sending out polymer. Don't know where it picked up this from. Okay, maybe just picking it up from the rubbish that's around the place, but I don't think so. Just got to refuel and repair. So I think we're down to one pirate ship now, which would be good. I'm just going to go back into my fleet, and I'm just going to up the number of ships in the fleet. I think I'll get it up to 10, and then that will then give us a very, very strong group eventually. But it's going to be the polymer again. It's going to be the problem. So we'll do 10 froggers for this particular fleet. And when we can afford it, it will then come up with this one here. So top up, I still can't do it when I click on that one. Until we get the polymer, we can't build any more ships. But over time, that will then sort of repair itself. We could probably go a little bit faster now because we're not going to be able to do anything until that cruiser comes back. In fact, we can now see the cruiser has now gone back into here. That should be the last one, the Acaria Fire. So it's actually back in there getting repaired. So it's actually back at its back at the Lonely Haven. Build ships. Actually, that's interesting. So it did actually now have what it thinks is enough to be able to build one of these things. So let's just stop that for a second. Okay, the recent construction of a new research station has provided a short-term boost to our empire happiness, which is great. So we get that one up through here, building the future. That's going to then just help us with our money situation. We've got heaps of money. Come on. Great, I've got another one that's 5 now. So we've got enough in this system to be able to see what's going on over here. We've got vision. So it's just going to sit there, and it's now under construction. So with this will be then repaired. You can see there the different repair crews coming back out to the ship, getting it up to full strength. There we go, all its armour is now back up. It's now jumping across, unknown mission, but it's going to be attacking these guys. So in she goes, get these to run away. Here we go, I found another group of pirates. These are Icarus. These are different again, the way that they actually work. Let's just, where do we meet them? In the Primeldia system. Where is the Primeldia system? Okay, that's actually in amongst the middle of our territory. So we've met them here. These are really interesting ships. So that's actually raiding a mining station. If we just dismiss that one. So with the Icaru pirates, they have a very different outlook. They've got these organic hulls which actually repair themselves very quickly. And so these are very difficult to contend with. It really is a matter of trying to break down their shielding as fast as possible and do as much damage to them before they can jump. So because of this organic hull, they literally can bounce in and out of fights all the time, and they don't have to go back to their home base to get those repairs that we just saw happen with the other pirates. So very, very unique and very different again. Research breakthrough. So we're salvaging a hull superstructure in the Lazarene system. We made the following discovery. So we're now getting efficient blasters. This is good. We'll dismiss that one. And what else have we got? We've got the cruiser. The Acaria Fire is coming back through. I'm going to decline that one, and I'm going to decline that one, but I will just go back to the first and just see if we can add more. Yeah, look at this. We've just doubled the number of froggers that we now actually have in our fleet. Once they're built, that will be enough to take out the cruiser easily, and I'll still wait to get the other two, but this is actually, we've just had a big influx of polymer come in to allow us to then go and build these, so that's awesome. Back over through here, this one is just going to raid, but we're not going to be able to do anything with this. Now, taking these out would be good as well. Yep, Acaria 3, decline that one for now. We need to wait until we've actually gotten rid of that pirate cruiser, then we can start to open things up. I'm going to decline that one. Accept treaty, decline. We've got a house rule that it's only if we come up against Quameno pirates, and only one of them, that will actually allow ourselves to then do anything with. So Primeldia 4 mining station is now under attack. We also have a Gravelex attacking a construction ship. Where's that? This is where we're going to try to build the mining station. This one I thought we had other things. 2 location bonuses, scenery. Yeah, okay. This is actually not a bad thing in one sense. They've got a heap of polymer on board this particular ship. But this is, we did want to get the Hexadorum, but really until we get rid of this, we're not going to be able to do anything. So I'm going to go and stop it from doing its job. So we'll just go to stop, no mission, and tell it to then go back home again. So we'll send it back into here. Just refuel. Let's do it that way, and it will still be wanting to build something. Another mining station somewhere else, but we won't build it there until we can clear out those. Now what we'll do is we'll still just keep on trying to build this one fleet up to take out the pirates. Yep, construction ship is fine. Let's just let it go. Now with the attack in the Finalizing system, I've got another critical research breakthrough. This is again, we've just picked up another pirate, sorry, another scientist, and we can now feed that scientist in and save ourselves 6 years worth of research. So we'll do exactly that. So we'll just dismiss that one. New scientist has appeared. Dismiss that one. Go back to our scientists. Where are we? Research, scientists. And so we have Erdi Narasi. We don't know what skill set he has. The others are still working their way. This one's a patriot. So significantly decreases the success rate of other empires' steel tech espionage. Wow, that's great. So that's actually really awesome. If we can actually have somebody that is a patriot, that is worth a lot to us. This one's also a patriot as well. This is awesome, actually. I didn't realize that this was actually part of what the Gizarians have. If we have a look at the concepts and just go across to the alien races again. And the Quameno, sorry, it's Gizarian, but the Quameno. Unique scientist trait. We've got driven and efficiency specialist. Maybe it's for anyone. It must be like a general trait. But these are the sorts of things we now see more in the discovery update of the game. Okay, so Mike is saying going to replay Daz's introductory YouTube series, so I'm ready for the expansion. Yeah, no, it's I don't do any gameplay in that episode 0, but I do go through how to get your mind into the right frame of approaching the game. Now the Finalizing system, we do want to actually just have a bit of a look at this one again. What's its main weaponry? Fusion beams. Okay, so it does have fusion beams, standoff beams, which are very, very long range. They do have a armor bypass. Once they get the shielding down, they have an armor bypass of plus 40. Again, I'm sort of now happy that I've gone with my extra armor with the other ships, to be honest, just to allow us to stay in the fight for a little bit longer. Now, the Lazarian system, we'll just wait for these ships to be built. And dismiss that one. Still can't build any more. This fleet, once these are built, will definitely be able to take out that cruise. You can see there we're sort of rattling through these now. It's almost strong enough to take out that pirate base. Almost. Just gotta wait for it to come back in with the cargo of polymer. There's more Caslon coming in. Okay, we found the Teekans. All right, and that was been extremely successful. Okay, they regard us with some friendliness. It's okay, we won't worry about the Teekans at all. Now, what have we got? The new frigates are now coming out. Just got one more that we've queued up. Still can't get any more. So this fleet that we have is right up there now. But we're building a big fleet just to take out that pirate base. Again, we just need polymer coming in. Just go back to the civilian ships. Look at the freighters. And see what their cargo actually is. There should be more coming in from the only one source of polymer. Now it's got build ships again, which makes me it makes it look like there's more that we can do. So let's just decline that one for a second. Just go back to the first, and yes, we can. We've now got our 10 ships. That's enough, I think, to now take this thing on. Oh, here we go. Is this the big cruiser back in again? You will not escape this time. This is the Akaria Fire. This will be good. So we've actually now got the first fleet is coming in against this one, and we've only got we've got a fair few of these now ready to go. So what have we got there? We've got 4, 5, 6 of them. So this one hopefully will be able to. Now what I want to do is I want to come across that should be tackling this particular base. It's got 2 interceptors that are it's rebuilt in the time frame since we actually attacked it last time. Let's come over to this side, away from the base, collect ourselves up. Let's just go back to half speed again. What are you doing? You're still going that way. No, you're not. You're coming this way. It's got a hot head there. We'll just move them out of the way. Move them back out of the way. I want to make sure that this is inside this range before we go after it with the other ships. Bring them back. The closer we are to here, the better. If we can get it inside that range, that would be even better again. Some of these have just been built, so their shielding will be down fairly low. There we go. We've got the Lance missiles are now coming back in. There's the 2 interceptors on their way through. What we'll do is we'll just follow this one in and have a bit of a look. So just go Shift T. So we've got the other interceptor is just in front of it. Well, actually, no, is it? Or is it off to the side somewhere? This is the interceptor looking at our fleet. This is the it's now inside torpedo range. We're now seeing the torpedoes flying past at the cruiser behind us. Now we're actually firing at this one. It's taking evasive action, but we are hitting it a little bit. Now the other ships are on their way. Okay, let's just go and press tab and have a bit of a look and see what we're up to. So our ships are now starting to come through at that small craft. Is that the only one that's left? Yes, that's the last of the interceptors that is basically left over from that particular ship. I think we're now close enough. It's inside our torpedo range, which is out through there. We still don't have it close enough yet to get everything else, but this is actually okay. It's time to now take our fleet out and destroy this thing. So in we go. We've now got we've now got double basically what we had there before. So we'll now just send it on an attack mission. And we're still just trying to, we just got rid of the last of the interceptors. I want to get it in as close as possible before we do too much with it. So it's got its shielding now starting to come back down. How are we going here? This one's going to jump because the shielding is down too low. It's only just been constructed. Being targeted, that one. I think it's just going to escape and get out of there. It's still not jumping, but it will now. Now with so many, we've just got to hope that we end up getting enough of the disabling shots to stop it. Okay, another pirate faction has now been encountered. This is where do we find them? In the Havrikos system. Okay, that's actually where we're trying to build up. We'll just miss that. This is pretty cool. Got everything. Disable. Yes, we got it. It's now the hyperdrive is offline. We have a bit of a look. So that's down for 5 seconds. That's enough to stop it from jumping. And so with so many of these froggers now on the actual ship itself, it's not going to get away this time. They've still got armor, doing more damage. All the armor is now gone. We're now into the hull. And we should be able to now, it's been disabled completely, reactors are offline. Let's have a look and see. We can see there that everything's just damaged. So the reactors are down. The reactor basically means with both reactors, one's at 99%. If they repair that one, they'll then be able to fire up their Jerax hyperdrive again. So they're close to being able to escape, but we are sort of rattling through their hull now. So we've gotten rid of the shielding, got rid of the armour. We just have to get more damage done to those general slots. So with their reactor offline, there's no power that can get to the Jerax hyperdrive. Come on, do more damage. There we go. Hyperdrive now offline as well with those torpedoes. The torpedoes will sort of go through. The thing I like about torpedoes is that they will break through and do damage against the componentry. And so in this case, the Jerax hyperdrive has now been damaged to the tune of it's down to 45%. So it's not going to come back from there. So this is basically dead. And so this is the end of the story as far as the cruiser is concerned. We've finally got this particular one. Now they'll start to try to build more ships over time because they are being paid by the Boscara. Just missed that one and climb that one. And there, finally we get the last big attack gone. Awesome. So we've actually now done that one. That's incredible. Our first fleet, we're still building these up. Once we get all of these, let's just go back and refuel and repair at Lazarene 3. Accept treaty, no, decline. We want to get rid of all the pirates. We're not going to put up with the pirates. And that was good. So we got rid of their big ship. We now should be able to, once all of these new ships come out and get all of their shielding back up fully, we're then going to be able, and this will take a bit of time, just move up to double speed. We're then going to be able to send these guys out against that last other group. Actually, why have I got it paused? So still building these up. So really, once this last one is done, now we're getting system maps we're finding in the debris. Just missed that one. Research breakthrough. There we go. We're finding now accelerated projectiles. So this is actually then going to open up more technology for us. So we've now got accelerated projectiles, which are the rail guns, which are down in here. No, a bit further up. Accelerated projectile. Sorry, no, it's up in this side. Yeah, there it goes. We've actually now got this one. This is the heavy rail guns. They're size 40, so they're big weapons. So it's too big for a frigate. We're not going to really be able to put good use together with that one there. But we've now got that particular one as well. We're still going with planetary governance, but we'll actually one thing we were going to do was we were just going to grab that one, weren't we? We've still got 6 years there. Let's go and grab something else to then use next. What should we go for? We could go with that one there. We could go with this one as well. That's 32 years to get that particular research. But if we get another break in what we're doing, then we'll be able to then sacrifice another scientist and get the better reactor again. I might just leave that one where it is though. What else have we got? Maneuvering I won't worry about. It would be nice to get this one, but we'd require polymer to actually open up the destroyers. That would be really useful. Maybe mining speed would be another good one as well. Fast mining. That's 12 years. I might just pay for this one. It's only steel and credits, so we'll pay that one. So we'll just get that one so we've got something else to follow where the AI won't choose for us. Just make sure that yep, that's Galactic North again. So, okay, so our fleet is still building this particular ship. Once this one is done, we'll then just watch what happens with that one. Yeah, the research breakthrough, that's good. There we go. So new frigate completed. Is it that one or is it this one? No, none of them. We'll just get rid of that and press number 1. And so this one in here, it's this one here. We'll just watch what it does. We want its shielding up. Once the shielding gets up, we can then send the fleet down up against the pirate base and just see how we go. So a little bit of time, so the shields just need to recharge. And then we'll take down that pirate base. Now hopefully there won't be any other pirate ships there. I'm thinking that that cruiser was the last of the ships. I do really like how involved the pirates are now. Like, it's quite engaging. They're not just a pimple on the side of the galaxy. They really do actually play a role. Under attack. So this is now the Venomous Rock Gangsters at Adamar 2 in the Adamar system. So this is just an exploration ship. I'll just dismiss that one. I won't worry about the exploration ships. They can look after themselves. So we're getting up there. There's another ship now that's come back in. 2 more ships. So these are actually from the Murderous Pirates, which are the same group. It is the same group that we had before, but these are only heavy escorts. Now, this is just getting its shielding up. I think it may have just built this. And what else do we have? This one is also just getting its shields up. This is a fleet frigate. So it's got frigates and escorts. So they're still just building what they can. All right, so we'll finish off these. Just go back down to normal speed. Okay, building the resort base at Akaria 3. I'm going to decline that. Although, in one sense, I should actually approve it. This is the research base at Akaria 3. I'll assign that mission, but I'll decline this one. Because Akaria 3, we're going to be heading over there very, very shortly with this fleet. How are we going with our troops here? Yeah, we're getting a fair few troops. That's good. Enough to sort of protect the city, the location anyway. Now, hang on, we were still going to do this, weren't we? Scientists. So, I forgot to do this. So we have Udi Narasi, who does actually have shield and weapons research, but he's not a Patriot yet. The Patriot I really like. So, I'll sacrifice him. Expend. Done. So we then pick up Planetary Governance, which will then improve the quality of this planet. So we'll grab that one. And now we're going after the fast mining, which will then get us the polymers a bit faster as well. Now these will be fairly easy for us to destroy with this big fleet. I'm wanting to keep them all in one fleet so we get all the benefits by having this incredible admiral, Jokal Dando. This thing will drop very quickly. Jump away already. It may make it away. That one didn't. Okay, the other one did. Alright, so time for these guys now to head off and hit the main pirate base at Akaria. So I'm just going to tell them to just go straight in, prepare an attack. They're already prepared and ready to go. Let's just double check our tactics. We've got a tight formation. What have they got in here? This is a strong pirate base. It does have an Intimidator Surge Blast, which is an area of effect attack, which does a fair bit of damage actually. 80 damage at short range. Alright, so we need to change our tactics with this. So we change it out from being tight to being loose, just so we don't bunch up. Okay, so that when they go in, they should be now spread apart, so that that area attack won't really kick in too much, hopefully. This could be a difficult one for us. We'll probably end up starting off doing fairly well. Just leave that one where that is. And yeah, it's got a lot of shielding. We'll see how we go. What type of shields has it got? It's got Corvidian shields. Now there's a 15% penetration chance with the torpedoes that we've got. So our torpedoes may still bleed through and start to disable parts of this particular one. So we'll just go in at normal speed, and then we'll just go to half speed once the actual fleet gets there. Here we go. Fingers crossed. This is a big. This is an important one for us. This will be our first actual pirate. Very super strong pirate kill. Other thing we could have done would have been to use heavy rail guns on a ship, but I think I'll wait until I've got the destroyers for that. Now we're leaving our home base unprotected, but there shouldn't be too much else going on here. Wouldn't be surprised if we see that pirate ship come in as well, that frigate that escaped. Should come back in for repairs. But we're not seeing anything else. We are seeing interaction with this one here. So we'll just come in. Now it's going to have a lot of long range attacks it can do before we get there. So we're going to have to essentially go through the gauntlet of those big wave bombs. That's why we just need to go loose. Now here we come, and we've come inside, and we actually are bunched up, unfortunately. So we are fairly bunched. This will then start to fire at us. Let's just go to half speed while we watch this. It's going to start firing at us. Now it also has a lot of small craft. Here comes the Lance missiles. Here comes the small craft. Got assault bombers. There should be other bombers and things out in front here a little bit. How much has it got? It's got eight of each. So we need to bring them down first. We may actually even sit out a little bit. Let's have a quick look and see which side of the ship we've got our point defense weaponry. So the sentinel beam is on the starboard side. Okay, so we're going to have to turn to starboard and then deal with the small craft and also with the... so let's not go in too close just yet until we're ready for it. Now they've also got other small craft coming back out as well. Superiority fighters. I don't want to get in... I will need to deal with all of these before we go after anything else. So we'll just go back to the first and we'll just move them around on a different angle. We'll just move to this angle. Just so that the starboard side is now facing the attack. Because we've got a 180 degrees or 225 degree or something. But that wave weapon, actually how far does that wave weapon go? That's the longest range. It may be that the wave weapon is back in here. Let's have a quick look and see what we're dealing with. So the Lance missiles go out to... Well, the normal Lance missiles go out to a range of 3,500, whereas the Intimidator Surge Blast is 1,800. Yeah, so it's only a small percentage point difference, but it does get a bonus by being the actual this small spaceport. So it does actually get a weapons range increase of plus 100% and a shield recharge rate of plus 100% as well. So it doubles the range. So our ships are not even close to being able to target these just yet. But the Lance missiles should start to come in. They're coming in after this ship. Come on, fire at them, guys. They've all missed. No, they've hit this one. Yep, that one's been hit a little bit. Just keep on moving to the side, away from that range there. And just wait for these small craft. There's a heap of them coming. You can see them all lined up. So we need to destroy them before we actually go in. There's 16 of them. And really there's no point going in until we've done that. They're coming in close enough. This is our sentinel range. Come on guys, start to fire at them. Not letting them get in closer. There we go. Sentinel beam's now firing at them. That one's taking a bit of damage. Just move away. They're using torpedoes. They're closing in behind this particular one. Getting caught in amongst the asteroids now. There's a lot that are being targeted now, so we've actually got like a whole range of them that are coming in behind us. So all the small craft are sort of aiming to try to damage this particular one. And we've dropped our shielding a little bit, but this one still should be okay. Let's just keep it away from there. Just go back and we'll just keep on circling this away from that range there. But if they get in right behind us, we then don't have the fields of fire. We have another quick look at what we can do on those ones. We do actually have a 225. Yep, 225 degrees. So we've got a little bit more. We can fire behind us, but we can't fire too much. These are a little bit sort of wasted if they're all targeting this particular ship. To kill them, we're using fuel on beams and everything to try to destroy these small fighters. This is the first phase of this attack. If we do lose it too much in here, I'll have to take this ship out. Now, that's now being targeted also by the space station. I can't afford to really pull around too much because then we lose all of our sentinel beam attacks. So we need to just keep on coming this way. It's only the ships on this side with the sentinel beams that will be able to do the targeting. I've done some damage to these, but not a hell of a lot. Let's see how many they've got left. How many have we got through? All right, we've got rid of 4 of them so far, and it's mainly bombers which do the most damage anyway. So that's actually fairly good. Let's just go a bit closer to the planet. Here we go. More Lance missiles hitting us, and we are taking damage on the armor, but we can still repair all of this. Moving over. So we're doing what we can. We're even using our own torpedoes to try to hit these things. I want to allow them to escape if they have to. We've only got the one ship that's really taken the damage there. Just this one here. It is jumping away now. It's actually now hit the threshold for the shielding. 20% of the shielding has to come down. And so one of the weapons is down and one of the defences is down, but it can come back into the fight later on. Okay, so how are we going? We're skirting close to the wave bomb range. We still have... We've gotten rid of half of their small craft. Just keep on moving across. Whenever I give it an order, that will then stay back in the fight. I don't really want it to. It will eventually then get another order to jump again. There's a torpedo that was fired. I thought we were outside that range. There's this one here that we have to get away. Build a large mining station at Adamar 2. I'm going to decline these for now. If we attack this and miss, if we don't get it killed, they will then do another. They'll do another building. They get it's now been coded to build more ships when there's an attack that goes in that fails. So we need to make sure that we win this. Now we've still got a lot of small craft that are following us down. This one is still staying in the fight, and we're still inside that range where they're using their Lance missiles. Let's just go this way. Just move further over. There we go, more Lance missiles coming in. But we are hitting them and they missed. There's still the small craft that we need to get rid of. They're in behind us on our 6. This is why, like playing as this sort of faction, this is why the ship designs are so important. Is if we were playing as the Boscarans, we'd be in all sorts of a mess now because the Boscarans can't protect their rear areas. Ours do actually have enough to be able to fire backwards slightly. So anything that is behind one of our ships, we can sort of target. So we are still trying to sort of get like this this bomber here or superiority fighter. Yes, this is just an interceptor, and so this one is almost being killed. It looks like we may have gotten rid of a lot of them. Yeah, they're down to 4 bombers and 2 interceptors, which I'm not sure exactly where they are. That's not one of them. It's going to get a bit confusing with all the other bits and pieces. They're way back over here, the assault bombers. It's almost like they're slow. These have taken a lot of damage. They will go back and repair now, which is also different than what they used to do. So when they've taken a lot of damage, they will come back in, but they're a long way off now. So what we might do is we might actually turn around and come back the other way. We'll run the gauntlet a little bit. So we'll just go and press number 1. We're going to now turn our port side to the fighters, which will let them have free hits for a little while. So let's just go and move back over here. We are facing, so when essentially the left hand side of the ships is facing the weaponry, it's going to miss it. So I'm just going to keep on sort of moving these across into this location. We can hit them from the front, we just can't hit them from the port side. If they come through the middle of them, we'll then have them pretty quickly. You should see them sort of be blown up. In fact, that one was blown up. This is good stuff. So now still hitting things. We're using all weaponry against those small craft. Alright, well, they're down to 1 interceptor, 1 bomber. I think we're actually ready to go. They're building 14 of them. I think it might be time now to go after this thing. Now, as soon as we go into here, we're then going to have a wave attack come. So I can, again, micromanage things and go in with one of these and say, okay, look, you go in and attack that one individually. So let's just see what actually happens. That way it will go off and it will then become the target. Now, there's the Lance missiles coming in again. We are seeing some area of effect attacks now actually trying to hit us. Let's have a look and see what's going on here. So the Intimidator Surge Blast back and through there. It's only got 1 of them. Let's see if we can figure out what range or what direction these things are when we have a look and see. We try to just get our bearings on the actual base itself. So when it starts to fire things, quite often we can tell by the type of weapon that fires and where it fires. Just try to sort of see if there's any blind spots that we can use. So if we go in, we've got interceptor missiles, which are there. So they've got 2 interceptor missiles there and there. That doesn't mean it's facing us. Back over through here, we've got iron cannons on the other side. Now that one is something we should be able to then see. So we've got like 2 on the other side in through here, 2 there, and essentially only 1 there. It's not using the other slot, but over this side there is, in the middle of it, that's what we're looking for. So that's the iron cannon. Now that can't be used to actually, all these others, actually, where's the railguns? The railguns are also at the top, and they've got a fairly big field of fire of 270 degrees. So there's only a 40, so it's funny, they actually all face one way. It's the wrong facing with these. So that angle here is our best angle. So when we find this one coming in at right angles to that, will then allow us to bypass these railguns. So I'm not sure where that is on the thing. I won't worry too much about it. I won't go out of my way to locate that one. The others that are in here are all seeking weapons, including the Intimidator Surge Blast. So the Intimidator Surge Blast is which side? That's on this other side. So the Surge Blast is on the opposite, on the 270 degrees around from the iron cannon. So the iron cannon is what we should be able to then locate. Let's just exit out and just have a bit of a look. There's the iron cannon right there. So we decided that the best avenue for us to attack was actually from where we are, which is straight through here, which means that this railgun shouldn't have angles on us, but it looks like it still may. I think that was the one, wasn't it? We were going to go 90 degrees, which is this side here. There's the other 2 weapon slots for the Lance missiles back in through that other side, and we are coming in right. It just happened to be just luck that we ended up on this particular spot. So we'll come back in, and so this one is just going to go back in and start its attack. Now we should see more Lance missiles. We should see an Intimidator Surge Blast also come through. I want to wait for that one to try to hit us once. I think we're now far enough away. We'll now go to the first fleet again and just tell everyone to now go and attack this. So attack the Lonely Haven, and hopefully we'll bypass the railguns. We'll just watch what actually happens in through here. So it's sending torpedoes. Now, I didn't see torpedoes there. Oh, that's the Intimidator Surge Blast. So the one that we're just seeing there, that's the Surge Blast. Now it doesn't fire very often, and we may be able to, if we've got enough ships in close to it. It's trying to get these ships. It's going after the main group. There we go. We're diminishing the damage it will then do. We actually got rid of it. That's great. Now going in, it's now inside our torpedo range. Oh, here we go. This is the ship that we had destroyed or done damage to, the fleet frigate. It's coming back in for repairs. It's still able to fight, so our ships will actually target that as we come in. That's the last ship of the pirates, and they've only just built this. So we want to build a resort base at Akaria. I'll assign that mission now as well, because I think that we're going to do this. I feel confident. So, hi, Sid Chandler, how are you going? And saying playing Humankind while watching Daz is 4x overload. So this is now, we're coming in on that angle. We're not seeing any of these railguns firing, which is exactly what we want to have happen. We don't want to sort of spread too far out the other side. Let's just move a few of these around the other side over here, just so that we actually spread out away from where those railguns can actually hit us. That was so lucky coming in this other angle. Now we're going to, I don't want to do too much damage. We are hitting this one again pretty hard. We're not doing much damage yet. We need to get everyone in. Our ships will start to jump away as they require. Getting nice and close. There's a surge blast that actually just hit us, but we actually did okay with that one. Now this one is not going where I want it to go, because that's now going to be targeted by the railguns and things. Why are you going over there, you idiot? Which one is that? Still okay. Right, who is being hit hard here? I'm not seeing any damage done just yet. And we now actually are close enough that all the Thuon beams will now start to pull down the shielding, and that's exactly what's happening. So this is good stuff. On board we have the pirate captain. Actually, he's pretty bad. We can see their ship manoeuvring is poor, ship speed is down, countermeasures is down, shield recharges rate is down. Actually, he's not good at all. This is what they do. This is actually now what happens when you're playing with the super pirates. They spawn a cruiser as soon as they're attacked. I didn't realise that that's actually what happened. So this one is now down at the moment, but we'll come around. If we can just keep on doing some damage to it, this one is actually is going to have to move back around and get the other support. This is the other one that had the fleet frigate. So they then build themselves. This is the Cunning Knight, which is built immediately that this is attacked. I thought it was actually only if we failed the attack, but it's actually as soon as they're attacked, they spawn another cruiser. So we have to make sure when we go in against these things that we're going in with this strength is now 550. What have we got? We've got 4 of its weapons have now been damaged. One of its defences is down. One of its hangars is down, which is great. So it can't really build much. It is building 16, but this is now in a lot of trouble. Let's have a look and see what has been damaged. So the 2 interceptor missiles, the point defence has now come down. One of its lance missiles is down. One of the railguns is down. That's fine. What we might do is just keep on doing a little bit more damage to this. Just keep tabs of what's happening, and then we'll switch across to the cruiser. We're taking damage here, we'll run. Yeah, we're jumping away now. Let's not actually get in the way of this thing escaping. So we don't give any instructions to anyone else. The surge blast just hit it again really hard. Come on, get away, get away. May not make it. May not make it. Another small craft has come out, probably from the cruiser, I would imagine. Nope, it tried to jump and couldn't do it. Reactor is now offline. It's dead in the water. Alright, so how are we going against this one now? We've still got this one down to... we are damaged, doing a lot of destruction of the defences. The sensors are down. The weapons are damaged. It's only got one normal weapon back on at the moment. So it is... what does it have? It has one of its lance missiles is still actually active. but a lot of the other things are now not working for it. Let's just keep it going. This is no longer a threat, so I probably won't worry. Oh no, it is still going after this one. It wants to destroy it. This guy is going over to attack the cruiser, which doesn't have much at the moment. You might as well go out fighting, I think. If you can, you won't be able to do anything. Okay, we're now smashing into this one. A lot of the stuff is destroyed. I can get it to a point where there's a lot of damage done. It's still got 8 normal slots. They've still got 1 defense, which is normal. Let's have a look and see what's left over here. Is it time to go after the cruiser? It still has the Intimidated Surge Blast, but it's down to 57%. We've actually disabled a lot of the others, but you can see there the health on everything is down as well. So we've destroyed the damage control unit, so it can't even get back. Even with the damaged components, it's not really going to be able to do much there. So that is no longer a threat at this point in time. So let's now switch across from this fleet. There's only the one ship that actually took big damage here, and we'll go after the cruiser now. So switch over. This is now the bigger threat. It's trying to jump away. If we can disable it, that would be awesome. There's a few iron cannons going in, and the hyperdrive just went off there slightly for a split second, which was enough to stop it from jumping. We may be able to bring this one down before we then go after the other. This is now the bigger threat. It's trying to jump away again. We don't have enough ships close enough. We're going to have to rely on luck here. There we go. More iron cannons going in, and it's still jumping, unfortunately. Still jumping. Reactor offline. Can't jump. So this one we've got now as well. So it's still working. Its strength is now basically 0, so it's actually now has got does have a tractor beam still operational, but everything else has now been damaged. So we've actually been able to pull this one down as well, which is fantastic. Here we go. More iron cannons going in to try to disable it. It won't matter, it's dead. Torpedoes. I love this half speed for these attacks. It makes such a big difference. We're actually now hitting it even with our small point defense weaponry, just to keep on sort of keeping it down with everything. So it's only got 2 normal components that actually aren't damaged at this point in time, and this thing here is going to be dead as well. It's completely disabled, and there's more disabling going in. It does have a lot of normal stuff that keeps it coming back online, but we'll just destroy this thing first. This is good going. The Quameno they're very strong with their tech. You know, like they're extremely strong technologically. Let's now go this way, and we'll attack the Lonely Haven. One thing while we're doing this now, I'm just going to go across to my construction ships. Now the handy decoy, I've had this one on manual. That's actually sort of perfect for me, to be honest, because I'm going to now get this one to come across. I'm going to set her on auto. Auto salvage. I'm just going to tell it to come out and pick up cargo container, or move to, like, just in that way. I'll just put it back onto auto salvage again. So once it gets here, it will then start to just salvage everything that's around this area. And we'll blow this thing up as well. And this will be the end of this pirate faction. And I think we're actually going to even save this. That one is also disabled. Now they've been eliminated. Let's just pause for a second. So we've completely destroyed the murderous pirates. That's great. That then sets us up really quite nicely. We'll dismiss that. Now the Black Moon Syndicate has now been encountered. And the reason they've been encountered is because this ship will have now been transferred across to this particular group. So this faction is predominantly composed of Harkonish. The Harkonish are naturally hostile towards us. They're unlikely to be useful allies. So initial communications have gone poorly. We'll dismiss that one. Now, foreign ships joined us. This is interesting. After eliminating the murderous pirates, some of their ships have decided to join our empire. There's 2 ships. Now, I don't know where they were. They did actually have a lot of action. I'll just go back down to north again. And they did have a lot that were over this way. fact, we can see them out through here. These have both been disabled. So these have taken damage back at our spaceport. So I'm just going to go and tell these to, I'm not going to scuttle them. We will actually be able to fix them up. Can this one come back? No, we don't want to scuttle that one either. It looks like it does actually have the, so we've just still got damage. So these were from the attacks that had gone in here before, where they've actually escaped. So we've picked up those, but the other ship that was back in here has now gone across this frigate, which is disabled, has now gone across the Black Moon Syndicate, so they've actually joined that one. And other ships that they had may have actually joined other pirate groups as well. So we'll just go back now and grab this particular fleet. This is great that we managed to save that ship. And we just go across and we'll attack this one as well now. Now there is going to be that pirate leader somewhere in here. I don't really want him, but that's him there, the escape pod. So we'll get picked up at some point. I think he's just too useless to worry about. Good going, good going. Right, now what I think we might do here is having a big group like this is great for these sorts of attacks, but it's not that great for splitting it up and sort of and protecting everything that we've got. So I'm just going to go and change this up now. I'm going to go back down to my fleet groups. Our defense fleets, I'm actually happy enough with 5 each. So let's just go and change this one. We'll edit this one down to 5 frigates. Oops, not more, just less. So 5 per group. So we've got 5 frigates in through that side. Now, when we go back into the fleets, and I forget exactly how to do this, there's a couple of ways we can do it with the first fleet. So we can actually have, we don't want to disband it. There's a way to automatically get them to split off the ships that we don't need anymore. And I don't know exactly where that is. It might be under the tactics. Formation. I'm going to now put these ones back to tight again, so that will be tight. The retreat, yeah, I'm not sure. There is a way to just say, hey, look, just go off and do your own thing. I think if I go back in with the, actually it might even be, I can't remember exactly where this is. Ships in a fleet. Actually, if I go to fleets, you can see there that we've got more than what we need for the actual fleet there. Can we do any other control through this other side? No, there's nothing else we can do. I thought there was a way that we could split these off and get rid of the ships that we no longer need in the actual fleet, where it can be sort of more exact. Maybe back in here. It doesn't look like it, does it? Oh, here we go. Yeah, so this is so the ship role upgrade or downgrade enabled. So we can actually do the change for the actual fleet role. So the role of the ship in this fleet can be upgraded or downgraded to meet overall fleet requirements. That's okay. We can trim excess ships. So trim excess ships in the fleet that do not precisely match the template. So we can actually go and allow. Yep. So we'll just go and leave that one on, I think. Auto upgrade obsolete specified designs. Allow obsolete specified designs in the fleet template to be automatically upgraded to the next non-obsolete design. Yeah, that's enabled as well. So this one should split off the other. Let's just watch it and see what actually happens here for a little while. Will it do it automatically? Doesn't look like it will, does it? If I go back to defend, no, they're not splitting it off. I thought they would. All right, in this case, I'm just going to have to do it manually. So we'll just go back into our fleet list, our ship list. So ships in a fleet, and we'll just go across and now we'll grab this one to start with. So leave the fleet, escape. Yeah, I can't really do much in through here. Just leave the fleet with that one. leave the fleet. That's 3, 4, doesn't matter which ones I use. 5, okay, so we've got 5 of them now that are not in a fleet. So I'll just grab those ships. Another thing I can do in through here is to go to our defence fleet and form new defence fleet from existing ships, and then we just tell it where to actually move from. So I'm going to do these ones at Havocross 4 mining station. So that will be, now they've got 4 of the ships in there. They haven't got the 5th one. That's now the second. So this one here, we have to get this one to, this one's not joining anything because it's too disabled. We can join it to the 2nd Defence Force, so that one's now part of the 2nd Defence Force. We now have 2 different groups. The first still has the Admiral, and this is set to defend Lazarene 3. The second is actually also set to defend Lazarene 3, I think. Actually, no, F. That's the second. I'll just go Control 2. And this one is home base is the Havocross 4 mining station, which was being attacked before. And so they'll end up going over once this one is repaired, and that will be repaired by one of the repair ships. And so its default position now is to go across and defend this system. Now that's a Caslon supply. I thought we had other things in here that was sort of worthwhile. In fact, the research facility, I might just keep it so that we end up having this as the home base for the 2nd Defence. But I'm going to change its goal from same location to same system. So it will look after all of the infrastructure that we actually have in this system. All right. So we actually do have still more pirates on the way in through here. These are now coming back in, so they're attacking this particular mining station. We do actually have pirates on board. Venomous Rock Gangsters. This is the Venomous Rock, yeah, Venomous Rock in through this other side. This is the Ikaru. In that case, I'll go and grab another fleet. So I'll just grab the first fleet. I'll just get them to come across to here to move to that particular mining station. Alright, so that's all good. This is actually, even our strength on this, just with 5 of the ships, is actually very, very strong. Alright, let's just unpause, just go up to normal speed again. Ready a few more of the comments before we do that one. So Andrew's saying, so the research resort bases don't cost resources, just cash? No, they do cost resources as well. So if we have a look, for example, this one is coming across to build the... this is one coming across to pick up the cargo container. It will then pick up everything in this region. And we want to do that before anyone else gets there. That's important for us. If we have a look at the other construction ships we've actually got, so we're building this research base in through here has already been done, and that one's building the resort base. Now they're already started, so they've actually already come with their resources. So they did actually have like resources on board, and they've now invested all of them to start building this thing up. So it's now just going to go and do the construction, but to get out there, they actually did bring in what they had, and this one as well. So both of these are now built, have brought the resources in. If we go back to our home world, which is sort of where all the construction is starting from, which is down in here, and have a look at just at the resource shortages, and you'll see there that there's actually like some reserved, like carbonite 2 reserved, emerald crystals 13, 2 for Mebnar, 1 for Necros stone, 2 for polymer. So these are actually reserved for usage. That's hardly anything. It could be repairs. Not sure what that's actually being reserved for, but there should be a construction ship or something will come and pick that up. These should start to go off and pick up the other locations that we have. What we might also then just go and do is just queue up another, like this one is a good location. Actually, what is that one? That's a mining station. Oh, that's Lazarene. Sorry. Wrong areas. Got another brown dwarf planet in through here again as well. And I can't afford... Yeah, why can't I do this yet? Oh, we haven't actually... We need to get an explorer ship back in here. So this guy here is just going to be sitting here until someone comes to repair him. Eventually there'll just be a one of our ships. So I might just see if we can actually go and grab another construction ship. Can we get 2? Yeah, we can. Let's just go and purchase those. So we get them built. That way we can just start to build more and more of the bases around the place. Right, so off they go. Base raided. So they have actually raided that particular mining station. There's more going on over here as well. These will also be queued up for bringing ships in. I might just bring these ones back in to the home base. So we'll move that one across. It can jump there, which will just make it a little bit easier for us. This one as well can still jump, even though it's got other things that were damaged. So we'll move them in, and once they move in, we can then sort of get them to be pulled apart at that starport. Here they come. It's limping in. So a lot of damage done. Crew systems are down. That's been destroyed. Fuel cell is down. Yeah, a lot of damage. A lot of damage done. Actually, that's a fleet destroyer. That's not bad. We're going to pull these apart though for technology, just to get more tech. This one is Caslon Mine, so let's just go with the first, and just while we're here, just go and refuel at this location, even though the pirates have now finished. And then we're moving over this way. Leave that one. So this guy is now just going around picking up bits and pieces. So it's going to come into all the debris. I could tell it to go and fix up this ship, but eventually one of them will do it anyway. So it's picking up the cargo containers. The others are being constructed, so they're still under construction. They're still building their respective stations in the Akaria system. Here we go, so we're now under attack. So the Havercross 4 mining station is under attack by a cruiser. So we'll just go, and 5 ships we think will be enough, but is this the Icarus? No, this is the Akdarians. So this will have a different loadout again, if we have a look and see what this cruiser's got. So it's got heavy railguns, atomic devastators, which won't really mean anything. It's got heavy armor, it's got the medium starfighter bay. So it's only got 8 fighters on board. It does have the turbo thruster engine, which makes it very, very fast. 61's not too bad. We can certainly deal with that. Yeah, this will be similar to what we've dealt with before. This is why I needed to bring that other fleet across. And so the second fleet will actually just happen to get there. There's only 4 ships that are actually active in this particular fleet. Okay, so just reading a bit more. Andrew saying, or did I totally misunderstand what happened there? Just trying to come to grips with the basics. Yeah, so you need to have the resources, which is why we have to get our polymer. At the moment, when we have a look at the total of the resources is the total that are both at the, if I just go back to the default, which is fuel and construction. It's the number that we see, like if it's yellow, it means that it's low with what we want. This is the total at the mining stations. We've only got 1 mining station, and also at our planets, we've only got 1 planet. So we can suspect that there's maybe sort of like 200 or 300 at the planet, and about the same again over at the mining station. Everything else is pretty good, so we're actually good enough with all the other resources, but that has slowed us down a lot in the game, only having 1 of those. And everything costs resources basically. Private sector, state sector, the whole, like private and public sector. Yeah, it's all the same sort of deal. A second, are we still coming in? Recent construction of a new research station has provided a short-term boost in our Empire happiness. That's great. So we're going to be happy for 6 months, I think. Just missed that one. Now a second. What's it doing? It's just going off to attack that. The second should not be attacking that. The second should be coming in to attack this one. It's going to be a hard one to contend with, to be honest. It's definitely going to be able to do what it wants to do in here. These pirate ships. Now this one's going off to join up with the others because it wants. We've told it to prepare an attack. I don't want to have a single ship go off and do anything. So it will then come back. Actually, it's going back off to attack this one as well. Immortal. So we've got two different attacks now coming in. Where's the Immortal? Not seeing it there. First has got no mission, so I don't know what that second... The Immortal is this one in here. Yeah, that's the Immortal Outcast. So we'll just grab the second. I'll just tell it to now just go and attack. That way it should just turn around in space. Yeah, in she comes. These will then come in a group. Sorry, I keep on missing the comments there. So Aries is saying, hope you're doing well. Thanks for that. Yes, I won't be around for a week, so I thought I'd just do this stream. I've got to get going in about an hour's time. And Samantha is then saying, you got it turned off under policies. What was that? What did I turn off? Don't know which one we're talking about there. I haven't turned too much off, I don't think. I've got crash research off, which is fine. Diplomacy gifts is down, and then all of these things is off as well. But I think everything else is actually on. I think. Yeah, I've changed the blasters and torpedoes for these, which is okay. I think we're okay with the policies. I think. Anyway, we'll leave that one there. New construction ship completed. That's good. In we go, in we go. Take this guy on. I'm keeping 5 ships per group. It may not be enough for these big cruisers. This one's jumping out. It's done what it needed to do. Here comes our ships. Doing minimal damage to it at this stage. It's gone. It has gone. Right, so the second, we're now just going to put them back to defend. And so they're going to defend targets in the same system as they have across research facility. So they'll just now go and look after themselves in this system. They'll attack whatever's there. Let's go back to the Akaria system and have a quick look. Go unknown targets in through there. That's all right. Build another big one in here. This will give you some luxuries. I'm going to decline that one for now until we really get on top of the polymers. Just missed that one. I might even get myself a third one of these defense fleets and just float around in the middle of the map as well. So this one is coming in now to build the Grand Adversary, which is this one here. That will then be repaired and then sent off. In the meantime, how are we still going? Have we... Yeah, it looks like we've picked up everything in here. No, we've still got some loot back in this side as well. This thing, I think, is trying to limp its way off to move to the other location. Now, we were going to try to build this one. Still can't do it until we actually... Here we've got an explorer which is coming back in just to explore this particular system and find different resources, including the Caslon, which will be in here. Alright, so we'll go and build another fleet. Another defense fleet. Yep, we've got 2 ships queued up. This will be the 3rd defense fleet, so we'll just go hotkey number 3. And it's just that we're running out of polymer all the time, so we just need to keep on top of the polymer, which is coming in from in here. You've got 137 polymer there, but not much on the actual planet. And so we just keep on building these up. Now these are back in. Now what we want to do with these are being fixed up, but we want to now, we don't want to scuttle them. I want to retire them. Yeah, this one can retire. We'll let this one get fixed up first, and then we'll retire it as well. And so we'll start to pull this one apart because it's got a whole lot of technology, like the Acceleros engines we don't have, iron shields we don't have, the Corvidian shields we don't have, hex armor we don't have. So all these things would be useful from this pirate ship. Plus we get the resources. When we pull it apart, we then get the resources that were required to build it. It will then just come back in. There'll be a couple of building slots. One of them now is taking this one. And what it will then go and do is, with that particular ship, it will then start to, you'll notice that there'll be a whole lot of columns in the destroyed as it starts to actually pull it apart. And once that's all done, so it'll actually fix everything up first, then destroy it all. So it'll then sort of reverse engineer it. So we should sort of see over time. Yeah, it's now retiring. Eventually. Still not there. Oh, hang on. Is it this one? Yeah, this is the one. It's actually not got there yet. This one is actually under construction. It's trying to be fixed up. So I can stop what it's doing and then disassemble it, but I might just let it get fixed up first, just so we've got all of those destroyed components repaired, and then we'll sort of work on it after that one. So we've still got like a frigate is being built, and then another frigate. So those two frigates are queued up. This one here is 87% on the way through. All right, so we're under attack. They have across 4. Now here comes our fleet to take this thing on. So we're just going to keep on protecting this. Okay, now this is the Actarians, has declared war on the Boscarans. That's fine. The second is just on default. It's coming back in for refueling now at this station. Now its friend is on its way. It's now been repaired, so it's actually jumping. So the ships that were in here have now done the repairs, and we've got these guys now just picking up loot. So it's picking up the escape pod that will then pick up the this is the escape pod here with the pirate captain on board. And it should then just keep on doing other things as well. This is set to fully automate. Have we discovered this one yet? No, we still haven't looked at this one. This one's just going from asteroid to asteroid. I might tell it to survey Acaria 5. I'll just tell it to go fully automated after that. That way we can get the Caslon mine set up in here as well. Here we are looking at other things back out here. What do we got? A couple of locations. That's the Teekans out this side. Okay, we've found system maps, and we've now got we've found technology that's given us a research breakthrough in ablative energy shields. So, but that's when we got the escape pod. That's cool. Now, if there were pirates nearby, I wouldn't have left. I would have kept where we were with everything that's going on there. It's all okay. It's got no mission at the moment. Now, have we got all of the loot? It looks like we have. New frigate construction. So that will now allow us to now pull apart that other, the other ships that we had brought in. So we can then sort of see that the Prime Allegiance is now the Devious Guardian. We'll now start to see that there'll be lots of. Actually, that's the other damaged one. Yes, this is now being pulled apart. And so eventually it'll then just start to pull apart the hull, and then any loot that we can get from that one will then sort of we'll get the benefit of that one through what we're doing. This thing is still under construction. I mean, we could even make use of this fleet destroyer. These are very, very powerful, but I think we're better off just trying to get the tech from these. I've sort of purposely haven't been trying to capture anything at this stage. We're just going to keep on destroying. %. Actually, we can tell this one's now to retire. Let's just go back to the third fleet and just see if we can top it up. No, still can't build anything else. I really only want to be retiring one ship at a time. So we do have all of these different... now this one does get attacked a lot. We've got the first back in through here. I might just keep this one fairly central. I might even make this the home base for it. And just set that one as a defender. And we'll just set the tactics so that it's going to be the same system. The Akaria system will probably be targeted at some point by other pirates. So Yonan is saying, yeah, getting out of the Gazarian mindset of reverse engineering literally everything. Yes. Yeah, this one does play, they play quite differently, the two factions. That one's still on its way across. It's got no fuel, but it'll get there. No, there's no rush with these. I can just sort of let it do its own thing for a little while. Let's just see how we're going at this particular station. Yeah, we've got 69%, so I'm still missing polymer to be able to then go and build the resources, the large mining station here. And we will do that when we can. There we go. This wants to build a luxury. I'm just going to decline that because of the lack of polymer. So I can just go into here, for example, and just go and say, okay, look, give me a this is the new mining locations. Essentially, I can queue things up. This is what it thinks is the priority for us, but we will actually have that Caslon mine will be, there's Akaria 5 there. I can just queue it up this way. I'm just going to go and queue that one up. That will then go to the top of the list. I do want that one done. Where is it? I don't know where it actually is, but anyway, it's going to head off and sort of do that one eventually. Not sure why, but we do actually have a construction ship already building over there. All right, this is now under attack by a destroyer of the Venomous Rock Gangsters. So we do have to be a bit careful here. I'm going to have to send out maybe the first to go. I didn't realise that we actually had another. I forgot about this one. So the large destroyer here. This one, yeah, this is actually a new one. This is Splinter Pods, and so these guys are the. They should be the Ikaru. Yes, they're the Ikaru. Now they're going to land, and we do actually have one of our scientists on board. This is not. We don't want to be losing our scientists. So this is a bit of a problem. You'll grab the first, and we'll make this the home base for the first, and we'll get them back there as fast as we can. Just tell it to guard that for now, so that we'll move back. Doing limited damage back to it. What we don't want them to do is get on board and then take the scientist. Not going to be able to move him anywhere in the short term. So Jokal Mundo or Mudo. We've still got half our shielding up. What are we doing against this one's about the same actually. We may be able to stave this one off. It is a destroyer. If we can bring its shields down before our shields come down, in fact it looks like we will be doing that. Looks like we're going to be able to hopefully do enough damage here. Yep, so its shields are dropping fairly fast now. And that is good, because if its shields go down to 0, it will then just go away. By that stage we'll have our first back in. Still nothing that's landed on. They need to get our shields down before they can do anything. Let's go to the third, top up. Just try to get as many ships in here as we can. Yeah, here we go. That should now start to move away. How are we going? We're still doing okay in here. Still trying to raid. It was a small craft. Yep, so it's now jumping away. Doesn't like the damage being done. Here we go. The first is back. Now we may luckily get a shot here with the with of course the iron beam. Let's just see if we can. Nope, it's gone. Anyway, we're here. We made it. So this is important. I thought it might be too far away for the pirates to bother about. We don't know where the pirates actually are. Here comes the 5th coming in to refuel at the Havikos 4 mining station. Now we do actually have Trillion down. I'll decline that mission. One thing I think I'll do though is go back into my build menu and just can I get tankers? I can get one. I'll take that now that we've sort of got ships all over the place. Alright, well this has been fun actually, just going through this. I'm just looking at the time. I probably should really start to wind up in about 15 minutes. And then I'm going to get going. So bringing extra luxuries in now. Build the Kluzar heavy escort for... No, decline that one. I don't know what that one is. That must be a pirate escort, potentially. Oh, sorry, no, we're not using the escorts. We just want to go back to the 3rd, and I still can't top up with ships. I've only got the 3. So we're still got massive problems here with our resource shortages, and it will be polymer again. Down to 100. Steel is also actually fairly bad, but we've got enough to build whatever we want. It's the polymer that's really slowing us down, and we still only have the one source of polymer. If we have a bit of a look at this one in through here. Yeah, so polymer, only one source, which is terrible. We're only mining one source of steel. Now we could actually go out and do more of that as well if we wanted to, but I'll just leave it for now. We'll keep on waiting until we get more and more of the steel. Now the frigate is under attack, and so we now actually have where is it? There it is. So this is the big cruiser again, the Immortal Outcast. So this is the 2nd fleet. Now we've got one ship that is not really active at this stage, just trying to go in and refuel. I don't want it to, I'm not going to stop it from doing what it's doing. The others will just go after this particular ship. There's the small craft. And eventually we should be strong enough to take this other thing out. Here it comes. It's now got the fuel back on board. And its shields will now start to come up now that it's got the reactor fired up properly. Taking damage from my small craft. Everyone's taking a bit of damage with the shielding. And this one's back in here. Being hunted down. It's all happening. It's all happening. Is this one running yet? Yes, it will be. It's trying to jump. Got 4 of them. Come on, guys. You can get it. You can do it. Okay, we're sweeping it down. We haven't disabled it yet. I'm just trying to jump. It hasn't jumped yet. Oh, it's gone. It's gone. It's gone. Okay, so we did a bit of damage to it, which is good, but that's an Ikaru. No, it's not. It's Akdarian, so it will have to go off and get repaired. Now, where's our other ship? Did it jump? It should have jumped. Yeah, it's jumped out of here. No real damage done, so it will come back in. Just go back to the 2nd again. So they do actually have this role of defend. So they're doing fairly well. This is all good stuff. They'll just automatically do what they have to do in here. This is now working fairly well for us. We now have the first back up and through here. If the pirates come back in here, we're going to have a nasty surprise. Here they are, right on cue. So what have we got this time? We've got ourselves a cruiser, damn it. Okay, so this is from the Ikaru. So these repair on their own. We've got a cruiser, we've got a fleet destroyer, we've got another cruiser as well. They've got 2 cruisers. Wow, okay, these are really starting to ramp up. I think what we'll need to do is to get our, once we get our polymer sorted, is get even more ships in each fleet to be able to take these on. So the first is ready to go. What's the closest? It is this one over here, but I don't want to have 2 cruisers. I don't want to have to contend with 2 of them. How's this one going now? This one's back up to full strength again. We have to protect this scientist. This is so important. We can't afford to lose him. For a couple of reasons. He does have these, that's the Admiral, that's not who I wanted, it's this scientist in here. This one does have the Patriot, which I really, really want to, this is going to stop anyone from sort of stealing what we've got, so we can't have the pirates actually take him. God, which way do we go? This one's the closest, let's just go that way to start with. We need to knock one of them out and then keep on going after the others. Lots of small craft coming in from the cruisers. More on the other side as well. Now, it's our point defence is on the starboard side, so we are sort of attacking them as they come. Okay, that was not jumping away. The fact that it's jumping away, if I can destroy it, I'll take it. Let's just get that done. There we go. Yeah, this one's jumping away as well. Still got small craft coming in. I'm just playing it at normal speed. I normally play this at half speed. Let's see if we can destroy this one before anything happens. Unfortunately, even though we've got things where we're doing damage, you can see there that these got 2 destroyed defences, 1 sensor destroyed, a whole lot of damage done. But the reason that these are so difficult is because of the organic hull. And what this one does is it actually has a destroyed repair chance, 1% per second. They can actually go off, and the damage reduction is high, the damage repair rate is high, so it's actually a living hull, and makes it very, very difficult to destroy, to bring these things down, unless you're disabling as you go, which is what we're trying to do. So if I can get one destruction in here, that would be useful. Still got all the small craft being a pain in the bum. See how just stopping these things is really tough. Like, these are really tough, these Ikaru ships. Stay back in the fight, stay back in the fight. That's the Tupel Master. No, this is the one you want, guys. Just attack it that way. It's our first. So we've got like a couple now that have taken a bit of a beating. Yep, attack the resistance of Tupa. Resistance of Tupa, that's okay. So we've got a couple of our ships have now run away. This one is still actually tackling this particular one. Now, too bad, we've already got the pirates on board. But will the scientists be taken or not? That's the other thing. They're in trouble. I'm not going to give them orders. They can run when they need to. Jump away. We don't want these being assaulted. Yep, we're okay. Jump. Let's go on. Let's jump in as well. It should do. It's using the tractor beams to bring us back in. Jump, 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 jump. We're away there. God, this thing is not quite. It's down to 11%. Did we stave off? Yeah, he's still in there. We've still got their troops on board. So we've got the assign the third defence to investigate reported threats at Lazarene 3. Yeah, we'll assign that one, even though we've only got 3 ships with it. Decline that, but we will go back into the third and top up with. Yeah, there we go. We've got our 5 ships. I think we're going to need more than 5 ships per fleet with this. They're sending all sorts of weaponry against us now with these 2 big cruisers. We almost got the destroyer. And they're now using their tractor beams. Oh, we got away, actually. The tractor beams weren't strong enough to stop us. Now, will they take the scientist? And I think we'll then leave this session after we see what actually happens with the scientist. it's sort of randomly what they, there's random things that they can actually then go and take. So this is disabling everything. Now they didn't take us. That's good. So they did actually raid, but they failed to obtain any loot. So we've actually been able to hide away. Our scientists are still safe at the moment. These are still going to be. This one is down to 1%. Nothing much I can do about that one. Our first is still actually all okay. Let's just go back and refuel and repair at Lazarene 3 Spaceport. The second, oh God, what do we do? They're all over the place now, just trying to stay safe. So this is a new pirate faction that is now coming in to try to dominate this sector. Really, we're going to. Well, the third has now got all of its ships set up. Let's go back to our defence fleets, and we'll make them, instead of 5, let's make them 6. 6 frigates should hopefully be enough, and we'll just go to the first. Can't add any more at this stage until we get more polymer. Right, so we'll wait for that one. So they've all escaped from there, but we've almost got this one down. Where was he? Back over here. Now, can you attack it? No, it's just on the outside. Just on the outside. Just not quite enough. Now it's moving to Lazarene 3. We might send that third group in just to finish off that last one. There we go. Now we've got this one here actually. This is the Fleet Destroyer. I'm going to send it now to go and retire at the spaceport. There was a threat, but that's been handled by the third fleet. And I'll wait for these to be built, and then we'll send them across to also then just go and try to finish off that last ship. But if that one does have the living hull, it will then be able to repair fairly fast. Oh, there we go. We've actually got some small craft of ours going in to attack it. So these guys are coming in with their attacks to do what they can against it. But it may not be enough. Let's have a look and see. Now the organic hull is damaged, only 95%. This is so close to blowing up. It's not funny. Come on, guys. Keep these attacks coming in. What have you guys got? These are just basic fighters with Thuon beams, just small Thuon beams. Now they do damage of only 3, but this one here will actually have a native ability. It's a Fleet Destroyer. It does have a reactive rating of 4, so we can't even do any damage with these little fighters. So we will need to go in with the third once we get these other 2 ships. In fact, we could bring it in now. Just bring the 3 in. And we'll make this the last thing we do in this session. First to getting back home. We've got the good survivability, which is good. There we go. The other 2 frigates are now completed as well. They'll go and join the others. There goes the third to go and finish off that destroyer. So I think we need to... yeah, we can't top up with ships just yet. We need more polymer. That will be the problem that will be slowing us down. So you're saying, got to go, enjoy your week away, thanks. Looking forward to the scheduled vids while you're gone. Yes, they're all scheduled, and I've got them going beyond when I get back. So, so there's 1 per day basically. Mixture of Gal Civ 4 and also there you go. They can't get through the reactive plating of the big destroyer. Just can't be done. Yeah, so they'll just keep on trying. Now, it may be if we end up with... I don't know if we end up with... you're still building... So we don't have anything more there. They may be coming from this. You've got 2 interceptors. That's what we're seeing there. The 2 bombers, when they build those bombers back up again, may be able to break through. But these little ships just can't quite do it. Looks good, though. Down to 1%. This is so close. Actually, we have destroyed a lot of things here. Here we go. Here we go. This is the third defense. Bang, gone. Excellent. That's good. So the third is now here. I might tell the third to stay here. This will be their home now. So we'll set the home base there. We'll send the first back into back home again. So the first can basically have this as their home base. And those are the first offence. And I'm going to have to leave it there, guys. So I hope you all have a great week. So I won't have a chat tactic next Monday. I'll be away for that. Yeah, and I'll probably forget what I'm doing with this one, so don't expect me to continue on. This has been good fun, though. It's been a good session, actually, with all of the pirates, with all those different attacks and things. That was really quite involved, actually, but we have actually done well to protect our core systems, basically, which is fantastic. So we're going to ultimately end up with all of these different mining locations. We don't have a fleet for this one, but we're doing well. They're doing, sort of just, not doing as well as some of the others. Actually, where are we in the list of victory conditions? We're doing very poorly. We're not doing well at all. We are doing poorly in through here. Our economy is terrible, our population is terrible, and our territory is terrible. That's sort of what we expect. Victory condition wise, we have the fewest treaties in the galaxy. We've had 0 of them. Have the most completed research branches in the galaxy. We don't even have that. Okay, that's interesting. This is end game stuff. So far, the Boscara are winning. So they've controlled the most homeworlds. They've got their own homeworld. That's fine. Destroy the most enemy troops. They've done a fair bit of that. Most enemy ships as well. So there's someone that's doing better than them. There's still a whole lot of other factions we haven't come across yet. But their economy, population, and territory is expanding really quite nicely. The Teekans are next. Have the most non-aggression pacts in the galaxy. They've got one of them. That'll be with a pirate somewhere. Start the fewest wars. They've done none of them just yet. The Actarians perform the most research in the galaxy. They're at 94%. Actually, they're actually better than us. I actually thought we'd be ahead of them. Have the most research treaties in the galaxy, 0. Control the largest ocean colony. So there's another one that's bigger than what they've got, which is sort of unusual. The Harkonis don't have any of theirs. Earn the most trade income, 0%, and control one location of Loris fruit, Caribbean spices, and Tabia fluid. They don't have that either. So they're actually coming behind us. But economy-wise, they're all doing better than us. Now, I'm assuming that they've got just more polymer. Polymer is what's really slowed us down, but that's interesting. But I'm actually happy with where we are, to be honest. And this is an interesting setup. They do have another planet back in through here that they've settled, but it's not their home world. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. So Seth Chamber is saying, nicely played. Thanks, and have a good week. Thanks for that. It's not going to be a fun week, unfortunately. It's my dad's in aged care, and I have to go and sort through all his stuff and get rid of most of it. So it's not going to be fun, but it's going to take us a week just to go through all the boxes, I think, and just sort of see what has to be done. About 6 months ago, I went down there and moved him away from where he was living to sort of, and we put everything in boxes, but we haven't sorted through the boxes yet. So that's this week. Not fun at all. Anyway, guys, we're going to catch you later. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you when I'm back.